You guys hear me? Can everybody hear me, girl? Yeah. Wow. All right. I think we're live. I don't know if anybody's in here or not. You guys can hear me. Speak up or type up. Okay, we're good. Square table degenerates. Love it. It's perfect. All right. Well, you know what? How rude of me. Let me chill out. All right, boys. It's go time. All right. Got that out of the way. So I'm not going to be doing that through this stream. What's up, YZTC? How you doing, brother? Looks like we got a whole gang in here. Watching in Wales. Where the red leather? It's going to get way too hot. I could last about 20, 30 minutes in that thing. Okay. Got a lot of people in here. Greetings from New Jersey. Keep up the great and timely content. Thumbs up. Thank you. Let's see. What do we got here? AI couldn't know. I don't know what that means. Okay. We're going to have a good time. Let's get warmed up here. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. If you guys are new to the live stream, I'd like to have you guys hop in. Anybody with a cell phone, which I'm assuming you guys are watching from, can jump in here, and we're going to have some fun. Talk about some stuff. And we're going to have some good therapy, according to Jackson here. Oh, I like this too. Yep. Buckle up, buckle up. Yeah, everybody, Stomp the Elites. My boy, he's a patron member. Much really appreciate you guys. Big time things for me, Jack. You know, I'm doing what I can. You know, no guarantees. Okay. We did hit 10K though. I'm really stoked. My favorite Jamoke. Yeah, I'm gonna take that as like a term of endearment, but really Jamoke means idiot. Or a fool, basically, is what Jamoke means. But we'll use it as a positive in this situation. Bum, bum, bum. What's up, Nicholas? Okay. All right, let's get this party started. Let's just, you know what? Let me drop this in the chat. Hold on one second. Okay, we're going to have some good time here. Invest in gold and silver, people. Yeah, I'm actually going to start investing in gold. I have a gold chain, but I don't think that really counts. It's worth like 900 just in gold, though. I don't even wear jewelry. Here from shithole Portland, Oregon. Classic. Oh, wait, did I even drop that in the chat yet? There we go. Now we're cooking. All right, links in the chat. Anybody can jump on. We're going to have a good time here. All right, can only have 4 people on. Well, 3 people on at once. That's the most I can do. Otherwise, it'll get way too crazy. So, let's see what we got. Prime Objective says, invest in yourself, not women. No, I agree with you. Unless you're going to pimp the women out, then I guess that could be an investment. Okay. We won't go all the way there with that, though. Let me see. Love these 40 and 50-year-old women realizing that divorce isn't working out. Yeah. But you know what? The depression medication people, they're stoked. Money's way up. What's up, Von Malone? How you doing? We're looking good. Got 69 people in here. Solid number. What's up, DJ Nightcore? What's going on? He goes, hey, love this channel. How's it going, bro? It's going really good, man. I'm stoked, man. It's going really great. All right, looks like we got somebody jumping in here. We got this guy. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna be better at reading comments.
A wee bit dark, Jack, but
from Jackson, my man. My main man. God, I want to throw something already. I actually he goes, Boondock said, did you invest in depression meds like you said? Yeah, I invested a little bit in Pfizer. I did. Ian, can you hear? Oh, shit. You know what? I'm an idiot. Psh, this might help. Otherwise, I can't hear you. Hello? Anybody there?
Hiya, mate.
Is
Can you
that
hear
you,
me?
Ian?
Yeah, it's me.
Ian, where are you hailing from?
Scotland.
Scotland, my boy. My man. Oh,
Sorry it's a
Chris.
bit dark, but I'm just lying here in bed.
That's fine, dude. I'll snuggle up with you, brother.
Sorry it's a bit dark, but I'm just lying here in bed.
Oh, Ian, do me a favor. Shut off. If you listen to it on a computer, shut that off. Your computer. Ian, do me a favor. Shut off. Because it's putting a overlay. Ian, you there?
That wasn't me, Jack. That was the other guy.
Oh, that was the other guy. My bad, dude. I'm just jumping to conclusions here. Okay, how old
Yeah,
are
as
you,
soon as
Ian?
he came on, the echo started bouncing like hell. I don't know what he had on. Maybe YouTube on in the background or something like that.
No, that's cool. He'll figure it out. He'll be back.
Yeah.
So how old are you, Ian?
Me, I'm 52, Jack.
How old?
52.
52. You sound like a young buck. That's awesome.
What I should really do is put some light on the subject and let you guys see my face.
Yeah, go ahead, get in there. $27.99 from Navets. Love the show, brother. I love you. Thank you. It's very generous.
Old and
Ian,
bald,
my
Jack.
boy. All right. I can
Old
make a
and bald,
donation.
my friend.
I can make a donation. I got plenty to spare, maybe.
And this is Kush.
All right. So what's up with you, Ian? What have you been if you don't mind me asking, I'm gonna ask you a couple things. You grew up in Scotland? You lived in Scotland your whole life?
No. Up until I was about 28, I lived in Scotland, and then I moved to the Netherlands, Holland for a while. I was based there, and then I lived in Sicily for 2 years. I lived in Portland, Oregon for a year.
Oh, hey,
The guy's echoing again.
Chris, just go ahead and mute your computer or put on headphones. Otherwise, I'm gonna get you could come back on. Just when you come back on, put the mute on. Yeah, there you go. All right, sorry for the technical difficulties, people. We're gonna figure it out.
No worries, man.
So what have you been doing for what if you don't mind me asking, what's like your career? You know, I don't judge a man based off his career. I judge him off who he is, but just so we can get some context here, get some stuff rolling. What have you been doing for work? This last 30, 40 years of your life?
High-end lithography, microscopes, nanotechnology, that sort of stuff.
Okay. That's probably some serious money in that. Probably do pretty well for yourself.
I was doing pretty well for myself, but I had a big accident a few years ago.
Now
which has given me a bit of a disability.
Now we're getting into the deep stuff. So what happened? Lay it on us. Tell us a good story.
I fell off my mountain bike and the planet hit me on the top of the head.
Wait. What fell on your head?
The planet. The Earth.
Okay. So what happened? You like fracture your skull or something?
I fractured my skull. I broke my neck C7, my back T12, my collarbone in 4 places, 6 of my ribs, and I punctured my lung.
Good Lord. So how long ago was this? Because I've been through some serious injuries, but nothing like fracturing my skull or nothing.
That was about 5 years now. 2018, yeah. 2018.
So how long did it take you to bounce back from that?
Oh, I'm still recovering now, Jack. Still in pain at the moment.
Wait, hey Chris, what's up, brother? Hey, I think you still have that reverb coming in. Oh, he just left. Jesus Christ. I have faith in him, okay? He's gonna make he wants on. I can see him. He's going for it.
Oh, he's keen.
So how does that work? If you get hurt like that in Scotland, because in America, you're basically just kind of I don't want to say you don't get anything, and I don't want to sound God, what is it? I don't want to sound terrible, but like I've tried getting like my father, for instance, anybody who's new here or you guys know about my father's situation. I tried getting him disability and all this stuff, and it's like a nightmare trying to do that. So like, does Scotland at least have like a good program, like take care of you while you go through something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I'm on sort of temporary disability at the moment when I recover, so it's been good that way. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but
Is
it's
it enough
enough
to
to survive
survive?
every month. And I'm like you, I
Okay.
don't have any bills, so
Well,
that's the
I
way
mean, man,
forward.
if you got no bills, you're golden. You know that. You know what we preach around here. Okay, you're golden.
And I don't want for anything, Jack. I don't have that jealous mentality where I've got to have the biggest car or I've got to have, the newest shoes or wearing designer gear and stuff like that. As long
Yeah,
as what I buy
and
is quality and it's going to last, then I'm fine with it.
well, you know what? There's like there's that thing called the four devils, right? And that's hate, envy, lust, and jealousy. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been fortunate enough to never. I think the closest thing I've ever had was jealousy, but that's like when you're younger. Maybe I was a little jealous because the chick I liked, liked another
Mm.
guy or something like that. But I've never really dealt with any of that. But that could cripple people, man. Those four
Yeah.
things right there. I mean, you guys can marinate on that. But if you have any of that in your life, you might want to get rid of it. Oh, I got a question here. He says, "Hey brother, have you thought about opening a locals account instead of a Patreon? Plenty of people have been canceled from Patreon for the videos they post. Just a heads up." Oh, well, that's really cool because I haven't posted anything to Patreon, so it's perfect for me. Um, and even if and when I do post to Patreon, it's going to be like little sit and talk videos where like maybe just I'm just going to sit here and tell you a little bit about myself or something. It's going to be more of a I get pretty personal here. I don't want to say I don't, but that's going to be more of the Patreon. It's more of just like if you want to support me besides just watching, you can. That's like what the Patreon's for. Like literally. There's no guarantee of like special content. The most you'll get is like some behind the scenes stuff, maybe just something where it's just personal between me and the community on there. But I appreciate that. And plus, I'm just getting used to like running YouTube. I'll get to the local stuff. There's so many things out there. It's like less is more in my world. But I appreciate that. Let's see. This is my guy right here, the Pirate Lord. This guy goes, had to help my dad with his disability. Getting a disability lawyer improves the chances of getting it and decreases the timeline. Yeah. I guess I could have did all that, but it is what it is. Let me see. I've got bills up the Yahoo, gas, electric, what is that? Poor taxes. What is that? Poor taxes.
Property
Management
tax, I
fees.
think he means.
All right, let's see if okay, we got Chris coming in one more time. All right, Chris, tell me you got it this time, brother.
Speak, Chris.
We're gonna find out right now.
How about that?
You got it?
I think so. I think we're all set.
Holy
What about
shit.
me? Am I going?
Happy Sunday to everybody.
Yeah, Chris is you were on last time. I didn't get to see your face. Chris actually reached out to me on Instagram earlier today or sometime in the last 48 hours. Sorry if I haven't responded to you yet. I try my best. Chris, you're a CPA in Jersey, right?
Right, I'm here, to answer any and all tax or accounting questions maybe for the guys and the ladies, and just to chime in on. Have a lot of anecdotal comments on. I'm dealing with over 1,200 clients, usually, professionals, and
Christ.
they share everything with me from dating to student loans to anything else in between, divorce. So I'm just love your content because you hit on everything in a fair way, an objective way. You're not really passing judgment, which is the difference of what you do.
Little bit of judgment. Little bit of judgment.
Maybe, but there's no hysteria, no heavy right leaning problems, or left leaning. It's just you're putting it out there. You put everything in good context with multiple videos. So I share your channel with everyone I know.
Hey, I realize it's people like you that have really helped others help me get to where I'm at. And quick backstory, because I get this all the time in the channel where or like people I talk to, because all these other YouTubers, I've been reaching out with a lot of other people that have reached out to me and stuff. And they're like, how did you, because we just hit 10,000. I love all you guys. But for me, it's kind of never really been about the number of like these, these subscriber number. It's always been like, how can I make a living with this funny gift I have? And so I started doing this stuff 10 years ago. And in the last like 4 months, I started making money off of it. So it's like any other fucking career for me. It's like, it took me forever to figure it out because there's so much that goes into the new space of this. And I'm sure as somebody, you've been an accountant for what, 30 years, you said?
37.
Holy God, holy smokes. So, I'm sure you've seen a lot of things change. And like something I've noticed, because I've been trying for this for so long and I've given up not 1,000. I've given up like every time I start to see a little bit of hope, I just give up and I go, oh, I could just sell something instead, and I like revert back to like this. But anyways, my point is, now that I'm actually making money off it, now it's like, I felt like it was the hard part was like getting here, but now I'm looking at it like, oh man, I got to do like locals and all these other crazy things. And I don't know how your business model has changed, if it's changed much, but like maybe you could give us a little insight on how your business model's changed over the last 37 years. Like what's the biggest, like in a positive, like what positive has happened? Like how can you make more money and what has been like detrimental to your business, if you don't mind?
No, not at all. A lot of people would say internet, and that came in after I started doing taxes, actually, in terms of getting a worldwide acceptance. I think that the pace at which things move, not necessarily because of internet, is a problem in a way. People don't have a lot of patience to plan, to take your advice. It seems like in the past 20 years. People are much more just going moment to moment to satisfy their current needs or to dispel their fears. They're not really planning. Everyone's it's a higher level of anxiety in general. That's one of the negatives I find. And in my world, it causes people to not trust you as much as they used to. They're always going to Google. Hey, does Chris Whalen know what he's talking about? That kind of thing.
Wait.
Also
sorry,
the.
What was that? What was that last 10 seconds you just said? I'm so sorry.
Well, people are, they're going to the internet more to test if your answers are correct, which of course is not a good thing to do. So,
I mean, it's good and bad, but like for instance, because I use a private accountant like yourself, and the reason I do that is because, like, one of my best friends, he didn't file his taxes 1 year. He just did some TurboTax shit, and he had drove for Lyft. And so what he doesn't know, which I told them like 50 times to write your miles off, because it's a big deal. That's you're literally running your car into the ground. And so he gets hit, and the IRS just went into his bank account because he used fucking TurboTax from 3 years ago and just took out I think it was $900. But I mean, when you only have $5,000 in the bank, or you only have $3,000, $1,000, that's a 30-year income. It's for a 30-year your nest egg. It's done. You're like that out the window. But I was like, dude, that's why you're supposed to go to these guys, because if you just use TurboTax, what is the robot going to tell you?
Right. It's an AI. So, TurboTax has its place possibly. If you have a W-2, something simple, but I would always tell people to do it themselves. But the moment you have anything that's variable, self-employment income, rental property income, inheritance coming, so it's really worthwhile to go to a professional, because I listen, everyone's smart. They can try to do it themselves, but I can give you 20 or 30 advantages and disadvantages and strategies for planning. That's why you really have someone like me. So especially self-employed people, even Uber and Lyft, they could be very complicated returns. When I get a new client that had that on their tax return last year, I'm finding they're missing tons of expenses they didn't know about because they went on TurboTax and just followed the AI prompts. Yep. And that's a mistake. Also, when you're self-employed, don't forget you can do retirement planning for yourself with a SEP IRA, which is a really great deduction for money you put away for yourself. So a lot of people that listen to you might not know that they can do that. So it's better.
Yeah, I have a Roth IRA, and I try and max it out every year. You could do up to $6,000, I believe. But
right. Well, don't forget that a SEP IRA is different than a traditional Roth or traditional IRA. It's special for self-employed people. At a certain age, the Roth might max out at 6,000. But remember that a SEP IRA, based on your net self-employment income, we can take up to 25%. So let's say you made 100,000 net. I can take up to 25,000, not just 6, as a deduction and put the money away. So it's these kind of things.
Okay, so for anyone who's listening and doesn't know what the Roth IRA is, basically for basic Joes here, like regular Ricks like myself, you could put up to 6 G's away, and then they won't tax you from that 6 G's. So you're basically you're prolonging the tax, and then also you're putting it into like a long form stock. Basically, that's like my understanding of it. And now you could do up to 25,000, which I had no idea.
Well, it's 25% of your net. So
25% of your net.
So if you're self-employed, there's great retirement benefits that go well beyond the savings or the amount you could put away from a traditional Roth. So whenever you get your taxes done, if you have self-employment income, ask your preparer to calculate what that is. What's good about the SEP IRA is I can wait until October 15th the next year to put the money away. I still have clients right now that are just getting the money for 22. So it lets you wait until like the extended date, which is October 15th, to put the money away. IRAs and Roth is limited to April 15th. So it's always good to know what your options are. You might not take the option, but if you're starting to make a decent amount of money, a SEP IRA can really save you a lot of money currently.
Okay, awesome. Real quick though, this guy here, Square Table Degenerates, guys, I calculated I would need $15,000 a month coming in to quit my regular job being a YouTuber. Only $14,920 away. I mean, you're almost there. No, that's a lot of money. I want to know what your bills are if that's how much you really need. I would say, like, if I was just pulling, yeah, I guess I would wait until I was hitting $10,000 a month to quit my other job too. But that's only because I understand the fluctuation. Like, you can't just, like, a lot of businesses don't. It's not like every month I make $7,000, no matter what. It's like 1 month you might make a lot, 1 month you might not. You know. Let me see. And guys, I'm dropping the link in the chat. Anybody that wants to come in here. Ian, are you there, brother?
Yeah, I've not got a clue what you guys are talking about.
Okay, so I don't know how Scotland works, but we were basically just talking about dodging taxes and saving.
Oh, I know what you were talking about.
Retirement. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's even real anymore. This guy goes, best retirement is property. Inflation hit pension plans quite hard. Yeah, I don't even know if a lot of people even get pensions anymore. I think that in Florida, check this out. So my best friend, who's like my brother, his fiance, she's been a teacher for 6 years now. So she's like grandfathered in, but the new teachers coming in, listen to this shit. No pension. No pension. And shit pay. Who's going to do that? Who's going to do that job? Not that I'm a big fan of school. No offense to anybody in school. I love to learn. I learn all the time. I learn. Every week I'm learning new shit. It's not that I don't like to learn, but I don't like to learn nonsense bullshit. That's for sure.
Can I interject something there?
Yeah, of course.
Right. So that's where, like in the late 80s, they stopped giving pensions to a lot of executives on Wall Street, for example. And so how do we replace that? Well, what is pension income? It's a monthly amount of income not subject to FICA or Social Security that goes on forever without having to sell an asset. So that's what we use rental properties for. If you're a 30-year-old guy right now with a teacher, let's say one of in your example, we want to get them to 65 with a number of rental properties paid off, putting off $1,000, $1,500 a month net. That builds a nice replacement pension. So that's what I've used for 30 years. A lot of people have been going through not having a pension for a long time. So that's what rental properties can do. The different.
That's what I'm gonna. Here's the problem with that. Hey, what's up, Rob? I'm gonna get to you in just 1 second, brother. That's kind of like, because I'm in South Florida, right? So I've been thinking about it a lot, And I'm like, okay, once my credit is up to where I need it to be, because I took a repo on my credit when I was 27 years old. I turned in my car, but it's still a repossession, right? So that fucked me for a long time. And it's just gotten up to 650 recently. That's how long this has taken for my credit to come back. So I was thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, well, I have a townhome, right? But my insurance and my property tax and my HOA fees keep going up every year. They're not stopping. And I'm in South Florida, which is basically the new California. Everyone, you know what I mean? Um, it's getting a little out of hand. But I've been wanted to keep this house long term, but then I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I'll probably still keep it, but that's where I'm at because I don't have 401k or any of that. So I have to do that where I'm like, okay, I need at least a place or two that I can rent out. And by the time I'm 60, I need those to be basically paid off. And by then, who knows how much property tax will be. I don't want to get all doom and gloom, but let's be realistic. And yeah, so I have to do all this extra shit now and to save. And I just don't even know anymore. Let me talk. Let's get in here with Rob real fast. Rob, what's up, brother? How you doing? Rob, your mic's turned off. Hit your mute button.
Man, I'm acting like a rookie over here.
No, it's all good. Rob, come on in. What's up, man? Where are you hailing from?
I'm in Texas, the great state of Texas, man.
Okay, you got your boots on?
Yeah, you know what? I just took my hat off too. Yeah. So
okay, all right.
Yeah.
So so what's up with you, man? How's Texas life? What are you doing for work? Let's just let the people know a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
I'm a mortgage lender, life as well.
Okay.
Man. Yeah. Thanks for asking. Not as seasoned as is it Whalen, Mr. Whalen, Chris?
Yes.
Yeah, but been around the block a little bit, and I thought I might know what you guys were talking about, but what's actually the topic? What do you guys
Oh, it's cool. We're bouncing around. We were talking about Roth IRAs and retirement being a joke basically for people, that are younger, and what you kind of have to do now to plan for a retirement basically. And we were talking about like getting yourself a rental property, which can seem impossible. It's not, but it can seem that way. And then we were just talking shit, but it's fine. We could move on over. What's the mortgage business going like right now? What's up, Chuck? I'm gonna get to you in a moment, brother. How's the mortgage business? Is it slowed up with considering? Because I kind of stay up to date on the housing market.
I think anybody that's in business today would be not being forthright if they didn't say your business is slower, right?
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, to Chris's point, I wanted to speak on the blessing and the curse of the internet. It's a great tool, but especially with a lot of the younger folks, man, and I'll say younger, 32, 22 to 32. Okay.
Yeah.
There's just as it pertains to housing, interest rates and things of that nature, I think we need to do a better job with giving some context and some perspective as to what rates are, and really the importance of owning earlier, often, and kind of get off of this narrative that everybody wants to be on a subscription, because I don't think that's going to bode well in the future.
No, I get you, but it's difficult though for people to get. You're a mortgage lender. I'm sure you have to tell people no at least 100 times a day, maybe, or maybe not that many times. But let me just say what's up to Chuck. What's up, Chuck? Where you hailing from, brother?
Oh, good old Portland, Oregon.
Oh yeah, are you the shithole Portland, Oregon comment from earlier?
Yes, sir.
That's you. All right, man. So what's your business like? What do you have to do these days to make money, if you don't mind me asking? Not that I judge people off of that, but that's like people's programming is to ask this question. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that for people's sake.
Oh, you're good. I got lucky, so I was working at Pepsi, and they ended up getting me my CDL. So I worked there a few years driving truck.
You're CDL, got it.
Yep. And then I drove a few years, quit, and now I'm driving a fuel truck.
Okay, but trucking. Okay, I'm curious because I see like the trucking industry. I've seen some videos on that recently, where it's like a lot of them have gotten hit hard, So, but it was to my understanding that truckers made some pretty good cash, so pretty good bread. So have you been affected by that at all, or what's up with that? If you can give us a little trucking insider here.
What happened was there was quite a few people that were taking their unemployment and their bonuses. So there was quite a bit of overtime, but now there's still pretty good money in trucking. Just depends on, what exact industry of trucking you're in.
Okay, so it's not affected all trucking. And
No,
I'm sure
so, like I used to work at Pepsi. You could go get a job at Pepsi or Coca-Cola, tomorrow, because they're, nobody wants to work there. But different stuff like now, I'm doing the fuel. That's one of the highest local jobs you can do as trucking. Besides, I'd say
it's probably a risk too, considering you're just driving around something that could light up a small town.
Yeah, driving around a bomb. Yeah.
Yeah. Classic.
But yeah.
Shit. Let's see. Well, that's cool. What's Oregon like right now? Is it just completely screwed, or is the internet just blowing things out of proportion? I mean, not Oregon, Portland, to be exact.
I'll tell you what, man, Portland is horrible. It is.
Is it everything it says it is? Everything I see.
I've lived this in the Portland metro area my whole life, and it was really cool when I was younger. We used to go out and party, go downtown, do all that stuff. And I'm telling you, man, it's like, I don't know. I hear it, up in Seattle or Tacoma or, the stuff in California. It's the same thing in Portland. There's people, pissing and shitting on the side of the road, doing that. They legalized all drugs.
Yeah, is that true? Is that true? They got like those little, little storefront, well, like a miniature store, like a store, basically, like a storefront, and they just give out needles and shit. Is that real?
Yep.
That's real.
That's real.
That's awesome.
That's real.
I would just like to drive through, just like when I'm on vacation, just kind of.
They got certain areas to where you can put, you're supposed to put your needles, which, God only knows how many of them actually do. But yeah, they give out free needles. It's crazy. I'm telling you, the homeless is all up and down I-5.
Well, I believe it, because I mean, it's been 4 years since I lived in LA, almost 5. But when I was there, dude, it was like I'd have people come visit me, and they'd literally go, "Hey, can we drive through Skid Row and get some pizza?" Like, I'm like, yeah, we can go through Skid Row. I mean, sure. It's like basically going to the fucking zoo or something. It's honestly, no offense. I mean, let's be real here. Let's be honest, okay? If you're not doing drugs, chances are you're not going to be homeless.
Normal.
Yeah, if even full-blown alcoholics, it will take you a long time to go homeless from just being an alcoholic. Like, you got to be on some heavy shit to be on an alcohol, in my opinion, unless I'm tripping out. But yeah, that Kensington place, Vaughn said, that's like crazy shit. If you guys type this right here, the Kensington, in YouTube, it's like zombies. It's like a movie. It's like a video game or something. It's really
that's in Philly, right?
Yeah, it's really quite disturbing, actually. I almost made a video on it, and then I was like, I don't even. This is just too much. I was like, this is just. After about 3 minutes of watching it, I was like, I've seen enough.
I had a question for Chris.
Chris, can you hear?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you think about investing in dividends and getting qualified dividends? Is that like something you would suggest if you're, like, let's say you're maxing out your IRA and your max contribution for 401k?
Right. You have discretionary cash. Right. There's no harm in going with a blue chip type company that's giving out dividends on a regular basis. That's a great play in the stock market, as opposed to letting a broker take your money and start guessing for you. So I like that because it's conservative. But the problem with that is it's not too sexy for people. People like to watch the market every day, but that's a great conservative play. It's a great idea.
Okay.
That's awesome. Okay.
How about T-bills, Chris?
Hey.
What, Rob?
Treasuries. How about T-bills?
Oh, true. Treasury's great now, right? I mean, because the Fed upping the rates has been fantastic. So T-bill related, all those accounts, even CDs are paying good money. So this is the time, and it's of course it's insured money with the FDIC. So believe me, that there's
I was gonna drop that same question about the Treasury bills because my accountant reamed me out. Because you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and let it all hang out here for you. So at one point I had like over 100 grand in the bank and it was earning no interest. But I wasn't in my right mind space when all this happened. I ended up getting sued. Family could do evil things. Point is if I would have just listened to my fucking accountant and just threw half of my money into the fucking Treasury bill, I kicked myself in the ass. Now I'm fine. Okay. I still have money. I'm good. But let's just say, I should have did something sooner. And, that's why it's important for people, we have these conversations. Cause I'm about to say, fuck it and just hop cause I think you could do up to, Chris, am I tripping? Can you do up to like a 3-month one for the Treasury?
That's what I'm looking up right now to show you exactly that. Yeah. I have, let's say, a 6-month rate.
Yeah, I wanted to try it out first with a smaller number, like 5-10 grand or whatever the minimum is. See how it works. Make sure they're not bullshitting me because, I don't trust any of these people anyways.
All right, so here, for example, here's online, top CD rates, bread savings for a year, 5.6%. You can't see it, but that's fine. And of course, it's only going to be a few basis points lower if it's 3 months. I mean, you can get 5%. So believe me, but also combine that with a long-term strategy, as the other gentleman had talked about with qualified dividend stocks. I mean, it's a real way, and you're getting the benefit of the compound interest and compound dividending. So it's very, very safe, especially the CD. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, well, Sam, welcome. I know I said I wasn't going to do more than 4 people, but I feel bad. There's a bunch of people in the queue, and I was just letting you guys sit there. So what's up, Sam? How you doing? Where are you hailing from?
Same place, West Palm Beach. I haven't seen you in a minute, buddy.
West Palm. Oh, wait, is that Sam Cotter? What's up, brother? What's up, man? It's hard to see you with these small ass screens here. Hold on one second. Let me blow you up a little bit.
Get you set up on something independent where you can do the same shit without paying.
Wait, what happened?
I got to get you set up on something that's like your own platform that's independent. You still stream it to Google, YouTube, do the same shit. So holler at me about that. Okay,
yeah. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing here, so I'm gonna figure it out. People like you that come in here and help me, guys. I've known Sam Cotter a long time. He was actually friends with. He was actually the first time. I didn't even smoke weed at this point. I was like 15, 16, and my best friend Richie, who linked us up together. We go to his house, and Richie was lying to me about smoking weed because he cared so much about what I thought. Even though I would have just told him I don't care, smoke weed. I don't give a shit. So we go over there and they're like doing the hookah shit. And I noticed they kept like sneaking off on me. And I was like, what are they doing? And then then I started smoking weed not long after that. And they were like, well, we were smoking weed, dude. And I didn't know. I was like, well, come on, pass it over, brother. What are you doing?
I know. And then the statute of limitations is passed. But then I picked some up from you like a year later. It's fire.
No, I got a felony for that. It's fine. Not for that, but this is over a decade ago. It was a long time ago. It's fine. I paid the price for this. Okay. Okay. You know what? Hey, Chris, I'm gonna go ahead and kick you out real quick, and you can come back in a little bit.
You got it.
I love you. Get you back in here. I got to get some more people up in here. All right, Robert, Chuck, you're playing rock, paper, scissors. One of you is going to have to go. You come back in like 20, 30 minutes. I just want to rotate got people waiting in here.
You want to drop some wisdom on them, Chuck?
I was going to say, I'll let you tear it up, man. Thank you for having me.
All right, Chuck, you can come back on a little later in the stream. No problem, brother.
See you later, buddy.
My man.
Okay. I'm not going to hog the spot, Jack.
No, Rob, it's fine.
Okay.
Wait. Okay, DJ Nightcore, I think you have your computer on. Wait.
Yeah, it's on.
I don't hear it anymore. We're good. So what's up? Where are you hailing from, brother?
Ohio.
Ohio. All right, my man. Were you Sandusky?
Cincy.
I'm just kidding.
What?
Where at?
Cincinnati.
Okay, Cincinnati. Cincinnati's finest. They call him the Cincinnati Slim. So what's up with you, man?
Yeah,
What are you doing for how's Ohio looking? I heard Ohio's pretty still reasonable prices.
yeah, not really. It's boo boo out here.
Okay, so I knew it was a bunch of fluff because I had people telling me Ohio's fine, dude. I'm like, you sure?
No, it is not. No.
So if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing for work, and and give me a little bit of the money situation in Ohio. How fucked is everything?
Let's see. Well, for me, I was born with cerebral palsy, and
Oh, okay, that's not
it
good.
took me. Nah, it ain't. And I'm on a ton of medication, and it's I can't drive legally. Can't drive, and I have a VNS, vagus nerve stimulation therapy I'm going through. I got to wear a wrist magnet, and
Jesus
it's placed.
Christ.
It's placed in the same spot as a what do you call that for the heart?
Pacemaker.
Pacemaker. Yes, and it lasts for 5 years, so I'm at least 5 or whatever. And it turns on. It's it uses electricity, so they had to cut into my neck, where the vagus nerve wraps around the left ear behind you, right here, and
Jeez, good God.
like a coil.
Everybody watching right now, if you were having any feelings about yourself or things might not be going great right now in your life, everything you just heard from this gentleman here, okay, guys, I appreciate you sharing that. So how are you getting by right now? Like, do you have to work? Like, what's your story? Like, how does this work?
I was never able to work. I've been on disability. It took my family forever to get it for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I've
16,
tried. I've tried. How old are you now?
30, turning 31 next month. And my brothers, I have an identical twin brother. When I told you about in that comment, and
yes.
yeah, he and I watched. He told me about your channel, so I just been binge watching all of it.
I'm glad you're having fun, man. We try and have a good time.
It's great.
I'm glad you're having fun.
I've been living at home ever since. I used to live with him, then I moved back here, and I was able to see for disability. I guess the video went out, but
it's okay. Yeah, we can hear you and see you. No problem. Just keep rolling.
That's cool. And I moved back home, and other than that, I was only able to get a little over $2,000 in disability.
Okay, that's more than I thought they were going to give you. So I'll give them that.
Yeah, luckily I was able to get that, and I just had to pay for groceries and stuff like that. Anything else. What is it?
That's awesome, man. So you and I take it you and your brother are basically best friends. That's good news.
Yeah, we're pretty much like that. And,
that's good, man. In your situation, in anybody's situation, really, but especially in your situation, it's awesome. It sounds like you got a really good family. So that's very clutch, man. A lot of people take their family for granted, man. They really do.
Yeah, I was thinking about going back to the Philippines, just moving there because it's trash.
Would you still still get but if 2,000 in the Philippines, you'd be rocking and rolling, man.
Oh yeah, boy. Our money down there is.
I think it's like I could be wrong, but I think it's like 15.
It's like 56.
Times.
Yeah, it's like
crazy.
56.
He just woke up.
He said Philippines and he snapped out. He's like, what? He's like, what?
Yeah,
he's like, oh, fine.
You got too excited, Peter. You gonna tell us what you're doing down there, man? Relax, brother.
No.
So much.
So I got a question here, Sam Cotter here, an old colleague of mine. So what are you doing for work nowadays, brother? How's life for you? How's life treating you?
Life's great, man. Shit, I don't know if you remember, I left our school in the middle of 10th grade because my mom got sick. She's good now, but I just basically started my career then. I got to
You're
move
in
with
marketing?
marketing and branding, digital marketing. So I started when I was 16, like 2 weeks after I had dropped out, which is fortuitous. So I'm still doing that. Switched to freelance, got some side projects going on. It's been good. Expecting the fucking baby boy.
Oh,
I
congrats,
It's
man.
cool.
Thanks, dude.
Good on you, man.
That's
Yeah,
big
shit.
news, dude.
After my past with all the drug addiction and all that bullshit, everybody was like, you got to be sterile. Nobody's pull-out game is that good. Well, hi. Like, fuck.
Hello.
But yeah, man, it's a pleasant surprise. But I guess it shouldn't be a surprise when you're busting nuts inside. So,
Well, hey,
what's
unreal.
the subject today?
What's up?
What's the subject today?
Oh man, we're just bouncing around. We're talking about whatever's coming up.
Philippines. So like, I was thinking about
Sam.
moving abroad too.
Wait, Sam, real quick. Do you have your computer on right now?
Somebody got a loop.
Somebody's got. Do you have this playing outside of? Like right now, if I had my phone and I was watching us, it would be sending a thing. So if you have whoever has anything else on, just go ahead and mute that.
Can you hear me
So it's
now?
like
No echo?
Do it one more time.
Can you hear me now with no echo? Can you hear me now with no echo?
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. No,
now I hear that. Now I hear it.
You hear
It's
it again?
fine. Whatever. It's fine. Let it ride.
That.
It's cool.
No, basically what I was saying is homeboy over here was talking about moving to the Philippines. You could also just, I don't know, take a flight to LA, drive to Tijuana, see a donkey show, and then renounce your citizenship. I'm planning on doing the same. Jump that border, get them fucking benefits. How long did it take you to get disability, bro?
It took me years until, let's see, I got it when I was around 16 and started medication because I had my first seizure. And they said I had to have a second one just in case, to make sure that it was. And I was like, no. I said, no. I was like, you give it to me now because it hurt so bad. It was hurting for almost an entire week because of it. I was like, this sucks. And now I'm just medicated all friggin' day. I'm high as a friggin' kite twice a day.
Jesus
taking
Christ.
Taking over 1,200 milligrams of one medication twice daily, and then I also have high blood pressure. So they gave me amlodipine at the highest dosage, which is 10 milligrams, and then lisinopril, so it does not. And I'm taking. I was on 20 milligrams of that. Then they lowered it to 10 once my blood pressure
evened out to what it is now. It was at 140, so I was at 190 something over 120. I could have had a heart attack right then and there. Right where I was at UC
Jesus
Hospital. I
Christ.
was like, yeah, right there. It's like, all right. So, and now I got what you call it? I have fainting sheep type thing, like fainting sheep. So I bonk my head a whole bunch of times. So the back of my head's just all destroyed, knotted
Jesus
up, and
Christ. You deserve to go to the Philippines. Fuck.
yeah. And my
Christ.
body has. I don't take off my shirt. I can't go swimming anymore because of my device. Because if I do, I will die instantly.
I'll be electrocuted
that's
from
fun.
the inside out. Yeah, I was like, if I wanted to commit suicide, I'd pull.
You know what to do.
Yeah, just submerge myself in water. Just submerge myself in water and be dead like that.
I actually don't. It's just sad to hear all this, but I don't actually share this. I don't share this on the show or on my video. On the videos. But when I was 17, I got severely sick, and I for about a whole year. It turns out I'll just get straight to the cut. I had 4 ulcers, My immune
Oof.
system had shut down. I went from 145 pounds to 120 pounds, and I'm nearly 6 foot. So basically, on my 18th birthday, for an entire month, I was in a hospital, and I had doctors basically going, "Hey, you might die," and yeah, basically, you know what? I'm just going to sum it up. For about 4 years of my life, I took injections called gamugobulin, which is basically like a cell, other people's cells, basically. And they said that I would need to do this for the rest of my life. But it was funny because I felt better after about a year. It took me like a whole year to get better, back into shape. But then it started to happen again when I was almost like 23, 24. And so instead of listening to the doctors, I stopped taking the stuff and I just started eating better. And I was very active skateboarding and stuff. But yeah,
That's
basically,
so
at one point in my life, I thought I was going to have to literally take, I think it was $10,000 a month if you don't have insurance.
Oh,
To
yeah.
live, but that's like the kind of shit they tell you. No, I'm not gonna. We're not gonna go down that route with the medical stuff because YouTube's weird. But
Yeah.
yeah, basically, I'm 30, almost 34, and I haven't had it in, I don't know, eight years.
Good on you,
and
man.
and I'm
Good on
fine.
you.
I'm perfectly fine. I get tests. I don't go to the doctor often, but last time I went to the doctor is like I didn't even tell them any of the stuff that I had, and everything's fine. It's like,
So it's not on
yes,
record? It's not recorded?
I'm sure it
Yeah.
is, but I don't tell them nothing. And it
Mm,
was and the doctor I went to was a pediatrics because I went in at 17.
mm.
So who knows? It's probably, I'm sure they have everything on record. But I don't say nothing else because they treat you different way if they know you. It's a weird system how they do shit. It's
Oh
very strange.
yeah, they treat you like a freaking child. It's so
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah. But like
So
for instance, like
stupid.
with your situation might be a bit different, but it's just one of those things where they told me I have to do this forever. So I started thinking to myself, like, do I really have to do this forever though? Like, doesn't your body regenerate if you allow it? But your situation might be a bit different. I don't know. It just sucks that people have to go through stuff like this. It really does. Okay, let me get to some. Any of you guys have any questions for me? I'm gonna put
I got a question, Jack, for you and Sam, man.
lay it on me.
What could I do? You guys are mastering YouTube and things of that nature. With a boring topic like mortgage lending and things of that nature.
Hold on. A boring topic like real estate. Did I just hear that correctly?
Well, and let me give you some context quickly.
Go ahead.
I tell the truth, man. I'm not these fake guys out here talking about the sky's falling
I
all
got
the
you.
time. So I'm really trying to educate folks, right?
Okay.
So something I don't want. I'm not an entertainer, but I'm trying to reach a younger audience. And what's your advice on that, man?
Okay, so okay, how old are you, Rob?
I'm almost 50.
Okay, the older the better. Let me explain.
Look pretty good.
So, oh yeah, you
Black
look
don't crack.
phenomenal. Yeah, it does
Nope.
not. It does not. Yeah, I'm not jealous. Anyways, so here's my ideology with this. In my opinion, the older the better, because you know way more than me. You've lived way more life than I have, and you're gonna reach a younger audience if you just you know so much about what you're doing, but if you just make it only about mortgages, just one thing, you're gonna want to you got to break it down to like 5th grade level for people. And here's what I'm trying to say. A perfect person to watch would be this guy, Michael Bordenero. Okay. Now he's like the abstract real estate guy, right? Because he was a real estate agent forever. So he basically gives you the straight shit that no one else is talking about with real estate, the things that real estate agents don't want to tell you because they just want to make the sale. And he doesn't just talk about real estate. He'll talk about the economy. He'll talk about everything. insurance. Sometimes we'll just talk about something random, but for the most part, it's usually around that subject, but it's kind of broad. So you're in mortgages, so you could talk about interest rates, you could talk about insurance premiums, you could make a whole video on, you know, the insurance rate hike is insane, and you just talk about insurance. But you can do that because you're in this business that revolves around all these things. And I wouldn't worry about a younger audience, because my main audience is 25 to like 70 years old.
Wow.
And then there's some younger people, and then there's some people who are like 85. You know, some guy hit me up on Instagram, he's like almost 90. I was like, dude, you've got it, you're still doing it. But so basically, here's what you got to do. And if you want, Rob, you can hit me up on Instagram, DM me.
Okay.
No problem. I help out a couple of other YouTubers because I've been in that space where you can't get any traction. It seems impossible. I've been there. Oh, believe it. I've given up because of it. Okay, don't think this is not my first time trying this shit. So basically, it comes down to your thumbnails, your title, and your delivery.
Okay.
So
And
like,
the name.
okay, so here's what I mean by that. You go to a restaurant, right? And you see a picture of this pasta. They got linguine and it looks fucking delicious. You go, I'm ordering that pasta simply based off the picture. You get the pasta. It looks okay, but it tastes not great. So they got you to click on it, but they didn't deliver. So basically what you want to do is, if I put out a video saying, if I put out a video talking about plastic surgery, the first fucking thing basically within the 5 to 10 seconds better be about plastic surgery, or otherwise, why did you even click on this? That's how people kind of work nowadays. So you can, your job is to deliver on whatever you're talking about. If you want to talk about how to get a mortgage as a young person, you just strictly, you get right into that shit. And then you could sprinkle your little bit of stuff along the way, if that makes any sense.
Perfect sense.
Yeah,
Perfect
I
sense.
get it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I see. And another thing too, like one of my number one comments that I get is they like that I'm just being honest and I'm not putting on some kind of a front.
A facade.
So you don't need to worry about being extra. Like, what's up, guys? It's Rob, and we're going to be talking about money. Like, you don't need to do all that. You know, I don't like that personally.
That's not me.
I don't subscribe to anybody who talks like that.
Authenticity, man.
Yeah, period. I don't subscribe to any of that. And I can guarantee you, because I get a lot of people hitting me up for YouTube questions like I'm some guru. I'm not. It just took me a long time to get good at thumbnails, titles, and just delivering. You know, like
the algorithm.
Like
it is.
The algorithm, it is that, but really it's just delivering on the subject matter and getting people to click. That's literally it. So the thumbnail and delivering, that is all. That's it. That's all people want. That's all I want. That's all any of you guys want. That's it. So when you click on a video of mine, I've already proven to you that I'm going to deliver you the goods. It's going to get there safely. You're going to have a good time with it. We might get a little deep, but you know what's coming. So that's kind of it. And we can walk through that. If you just hit me up on Insta, I can help you out. Really, I just have to just look at your pit channel, and that's really it, man. Like this guy here's got a big channel. Speaking of YouTubers, Alienated TV. He goes, Rob, find a good format, try to bring value, education, information, advice, stats, etc. And have good editing. High production values will always be appreciated, and grind like a motherfucker. I almost said mofo, and then I said motherfucker. That sounded funny. But he's got a pretty big channel. This guy reached out to me when I maybe had like 2,000, 3,000 subs, said some really kind words.
Okay.
And he's right. He's right. That's true. But like, I have a really old camera, you know, I got like an 8-year-old camera because I know that the lens is more important than the camera. And then, you know, I got 2 lights, and then that's my wall unit behind me. This is just what my house looks like. I just put neon signs in there. That's all I did.
Okay.
So you don't need like crazy, honestly, like, are you using like a green screen right now?
No, I just used the StreamYard, but I went crazy with the equipment, and I hear what you're saying, man. It's the content.
Well, you got the equipment, right?
Yeah.
Bud Light used to deliver the goods. Yeah, they did. This Bud's for you. My point is like you can it's all subjective, right? Like when you hear people just say make good content, it's like, okay, well, I don't care for, let's just use Mr. Beast. Everybody knows who that is. I don't watch his shit.
Me either.
But it doesn't mean it's not good to other people.
Gotcha.
So when people find me, I get comments sometimes where they're like, dude, give up, go back to your old job. And I go, dude, I suck at that job too. Do you have any more advice? Like, I can't, so what you're doing is you're basically looking for, forget the younger people. You're looking for people between that age of like 25 is the earliest, like more like 30 to 70-year-olds.
Okay.
And you could just talk, like, give yourself a big umbrella around it. Because I watch real estate content. I only have a couple guys I watch because most of them are it's just shit coming out of their mouths. It's like nothing. Not telling me anything.
Right.
Like, give me the real deal stuff that I need to know about owning a home. Like everything. Lay it on the line for me. Like all of it. The bad stuff, the good stuff, everything. So.
Can I jump in, Jack?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. So first things first, utilize ChatGPT. I mean, people don't, the reason why people get, trash results from it is because they don't understand how it works. So if I'm you with your knowledge, you want to target a younger demo, I'd even do between like 18, really like 16, 17 and 35. And so what I just did is jump into ChatGPT, ran a prompt with, a creative prompt. It's not going to give you the same bullshit as everybody else. And you're a mortgage broker? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. So here are 20 topic suggestions for your YouTube channel about mortgages targeted toward young people. I won't go through all 20. I would do shorts about mortgage basics, the process, fixed versus adjustable rate, down payments, understanding credit scores, how all this shit works, right? Because we're taught bullshit in school instead of how to balance a checkbook, right?
Right.
So the content is there. You already have an edge, right? Because I've been in branding and marketing for over 17 years now. I'm part of this Discord community called Furlough, and it's just a bunch of entrepreneurs. But I mentor a bunch of the young guys that have a lot of, the hustle, right? And the thing about it is, it's just about you. It's about understanding your target demo. It's about understanding who you're trying to reach. Authenticity, though, just like Jack said, man, we live in this day and age where most people, like, you're scrolling an Instagram feed, for example. Nobody posts their L's on Instagram or social media, right? The people who do are fucking annoying. I'll just be honest. See, maybe even if it's a subconscious thing, you're always sitting out there and you're comparing yourself to, everybody else's dubs,
Here's
it's
something.
Trying to be somebody else when authenticity will always win, to Jack's point.
Yeah, here's something that I'm going to tell you. Rob, how long you been trying the YouTube thing?
Seriously, man, 3 years.
Okay, how many times do you post a week?
Over the last 12 months,
just give it
not enough. Once a week.
Okay, once a week is totally fine. It's completely fine. I went overboard because I was sick of, when you hear from people your whole life, hey, you're so funny, you should be on TV. Hey, you're so funny, you should be doing. And then you start hearing, then you get older, and then you start hearing from people like, dude, you haven't made it yet. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, people get upset at me because I haven't done it yet. So that's why I went overboard and I was posting every day. But here's the thing is I've been practicing this. I've recorded myself over 1,000 times. Minimum. I'm not even making that. I don't even think I'm telling the truth. It might be more than that. Don't even get skateboarding in the mix. Then we're talking about thousands. So like something you can do every day. This is something I would recommend. Don't post this, but in your car, I want you to just start filming yourself and do a video diary You don't post any of it. And this is good for anybody too, especially if you're super stressed out. Anyone could do this. Forget the YouTube thing. You could just record yourself and literally like talk to the camera as if it's no one's ever going to see it. And you'd be amazed the stuff you say and how honest you could be with yourself. But the more you film yourself every day and make it a 5-minute thing. Every day you do a 5-minute exercise, film it, and then later in the day, watch it back. Don't watch it back immediately. But after you do that for a couple of months, you start getting super comfortable just talking to the camera like it's a friend. And hey everyone. So yeah, you start getting real comfortable. That's going to help you out tremendously. And then secondly, I just have to look at your page, man. It's probably honestly thumbnails, titles, just getting people to click. But you could post once a week, but you just once you get a groove going and you know how to now deliver and you get some titles going, all you really need is one video to kind of go up, and then you get an audience, and then now it makes your videos easier. And then over time, once you get the thumbnails down and people to click, and you're getting comfy and you're letting them know your ups, your downs, your wins, your losses, that's how you make friends. That's how you do anything really, is getting people to trust you. Like,
Gotcha.
And we're not even in person here. So like, I always say things on here. Like I say embarrassing stuff about myself all the time, but I also know that it's like, that doesn't define who I am. And I've also had a lot of wins. So like, I'll tell you both of them. And then hopefully maybe we have something in common. That's basically all you're doing, is you're finding people who feel like I could be friends with this guy. This guy goes, I take pictures of my butthole to get comfortable being on camera. Hasn't made me any money yet. Yeah, well, Willie, there's a very small demographic of people that are interested in hairy butthole gentlemen like yourself. But good news is they got deep pockets, brother. You just got to get a hold of these guys.
Yeah, right on the bestie.
OnlyFans, baby.
Yeah.
Is your Instagram the same handle as your YouTube?
Yeah, same exact thing.
And how do I leave a super chat? How do I do that super chat thing?
Don't worry about the super chat, okay? Let's invest that money into you getting better thumbnails, and I'm gonna check out your channel for you. I'll help you out, okay?
Appreciate you, Jack.
It doesn't take me much time to do it.
Appreciate you.
So
you too, Sam.
I threw something in the private chat in here for you. Basic.
Thank you,
and remember, this is one of the things about just algorithms in general, particularly for social media. Your file name, right? When you export your video.
Oh yeah, this is
huge.
clutch. Hey, Sam.
It's huge.
Sam, ever since you told me about the file name shit,
I've seen those views, baby.
I'm not kidding you. And I don't want to say it's all just that, because I've had some videos hit without doing what you told me. But I have. So when you export your file, right? This might be a little nerdy for people just watching in here, but fuck it. So this is how deep it goes, though. So when you export your file, your video file, just in general to an MOV or a movie, you would want to put in the file name mortgage, rent prices, economy, inflation,
the tags.
Yeah, in the file name. Then when you upload that said video to YouTube, and then you throw some more fucking hashtags on it on the actual YouTube video. So it gets pretty deep, but we could walk through that. Let's get through some Chris, you there, brother? I think he might be on mute.
You need me to jump off, Jack?
I'm here.
No, we're cool. I don't have anybody else waiting in the queue right now. So until more people come into the queue, here, let me get a little bit of comments going here. Finbar, he's always commenting. He's a good guy. Let's talk pink and blue hair and nose rings. Yeah, just don't do it. Don't do it.
Can I just make one comment?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So everyone, all mortgage reps are not the same. So you want to definitely deal and establish a relationship with someone like Rob here. He'll tell you that getting a mortgage is a long-term process. We need to be planning for 2 years of income quite often. Underwriters are going to average that. Self-employed people might have some other nuances though. So all mortgage reps, all accounts are not the same. So Rob, if you want to please send me or put your information in the chat so I could refer some business to you. What states are you licensed in?
We land in all 50. Real talk. We close in all 50.
Fantastic. So everyone, remember, you got a gentleman here who's interested in business and sharing on a Sunday night while other people are sleeping with a Corona right next to them right now. So this is the kind of guy who we want to give business to. He's going to be there for you. But remember, planning, want to plan for years ahead. Get involved with someone like Rob, who's going to show you the numbers, where we are, how much money you need down. And don't just think you could do it within 3 months and buy a house from when you find one, because that's much too late, Rob will tell you.
Yeah, no,
Amen.
exactly. And
Very
he just said something crucial too. So like, let's just say, Chris, I'll use you as reference. How many clients did you say you have?
1,500 total.
Okay. Now let's just go into the entertainment space. If somebody said they have this amazing channel and they had 1,500 subscribers, do you think they'd be making enough money to live?
No.
Okay. But in a regular business, 1,500 people on a yearly basis, it's a very successful business, right?
Yes.
So Rob, if you come into YouTube looking like I'm going to deliver, and you need to be looking at it like I'm going to gain clients from this, I'm going to get them to trust me. And when they reach out to me, I won't only just talk to them, I'll FaceTime them. I will do what it takes, because if in your niche, right, if you're just trying to be a YouTuber, that's different. But if you're going to continue your business, dude, just look at YouTube like another way for you to generate revenue to yourself. And if your YouTube channel gets huge, great, you make extra money. But you got to think about it like this. If you get 5,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel and just 1% of those people give you business, you're winning completely. And then by that point, you'll be making a little bit of ad revenue from YouTube. But like, I would look at it like that, because that's how I kind of look at it. Like when people go, oh, how don't you have 1 million subscribers? All this stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't need 1 million fucking subscribers. If that happens, great. But I'm not in it for fame. I'm in it because how do I make money by being funny?
And also, we're using it as part of a system. Under the other gentleman here with the USA sure would know better than me. But you want to do things like get a Google My Business verified account, want to post there. I don't post often, but everything I post is original, which is very important. I'm never retweeting or reposting other people's info. So like, for example, I'm pretty good at the SEO. If everyone would have put in best CPA NJ, Chris Whalen CPA comes up pretty high. So that's something I could also help you with and show you what I do to get reviews on Google, to post correctly. It's not that difficult, but there's ways, including YouTube, to increase your rankings. So I'm always here to help. Send me an email, direct message, and I could show you what I do to increase my exposure and my rankings in the analytics.
Can you say that a little slower, Chris? What is your Google? What's your business name?
Well, it's Chris. We'll just put in best CPA NJ and see if Chris Whalen CPA comes up high.
Perfect. Gotcha.
So that's something I can help everybody with. Who, no matter what you do, I can show you what I do. And the other gentleman, what's the other gentleman's name with the USA shirt on? Your old friend,
Sam Cotter there.
All right, so Sam definitely has many years experience. You need just like Rob, you need a seasoned professional to help you to get these things set up and to run a program for you while you go out and make money. All too often, my entrepreneurial clients are doing clerical jobs they shouldn't be. So your SEO, that's clerical. You should be out making money. So Sam and Rob should be handling your mortgage world and your social media world. I should be handling your tax world. And so if you want to delegate anything that's not making you money directly, if you can, because that's where your strength is.
Chris, check the cash out, baby. I just hit you.
Hit me?
For the advertising. Yeah, I love it. I just sent you your cash app. I'm joking, man. It's a joke.
He was like, oh man, money. Okay, so all right. So, but yeah, that's how it goes. Somebody just asked me, I took it off the screen, the tags in your title for YouTube.
Underscore them between keywords.
Yeah. I just do little commas, but I don't even think you need to do that. Just do the words and space them out. Obviously, you don't just want one huge.
Well, it actually truncates it, believe it or not. So the underscores, in code, when they're uploaded, they're read as spaces.
Oh.
Okay.
Give that a shot,
no matter what. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
if
hey,
I'm these two guys, I'm teaming up, right? You got
Sam,
financial advice and you got mortgage advice. Because Chris, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, you get it. And that whole clerical work thing, man. You know,
See, because people like Rob, it's great. He can do a Monday morning mortgage rate, 5 minutes.
Update. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be like I would tune in. Hey, so what are the rates? What's happening with the rates? What's happening with the housing inventory? I mean, that'd be a great 5 or 6, 7 minutes. Monday morning at 10, we're gonna have the quadruple M, the Monday morning mortgage minute. And because I know my CPAs would tune into that to be kept up to date of exactly what's happening. We could have a list of things to always talk about, and that's the real information. It's up to date, and people that are involved in mortgages or finance are going to watch it. I know I would watch it.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Because when you tell me you want to reach this younger audience, really, you I didn't really think about the audience in mind. I just thought like people who think like me or get my humor and get what I'm saying, they're gonna. The more and more I find these people, it's gonna build. I didn't really think about it like, oh, I need to find this demographic. So I wouldn't even worry about that. I would more just put it out because, like Chris just said, anybody who's into this stuff, and believe it or not, millions of people are. It's just going to take time for them to find you, and if they don't click, they'll never find you. So we'll get there. I'm going to help you out. We'll check out your thumbnails, check out your stuff, tweak your titles, and I'll give you a couple channels to kind of, I guess you could say, rip off and duplicate. I guess you could say that.
One of the good ones. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the gentleman. He does all shorts. He's an attorney. Very flamboyant black dude, but he just, he cuts straight to basics, right? I'm sure you know what a niche is, right? Like that's your niche.
Yeah. That's your niche. Yeah.
Okay, Frenchman. But yeah, man, like what you want to do is you'd be utilizing tools like Chat GPT. Get very familiar with it. Only 4% of Americans are using it right now. So you start, you're going to be ahead of the curve. I just generated 20 decent videos, right? That young people would watch because financial independence is huge right now, especially with the way everything's going. Right. And, but he does it on law and he does quick shorts, same thing, same target demo, dunk people. And he kills it. And his partner, he's a different type of attorney. They feed off each other's channels. So if you were to find a gentleman like Chris here, they go hand in hand. And what's most important, I think, even though your target demo is not on this platform, it's going to be LinkedIn. Your network is your net worth. Cheesy as fuck, but it's true.
Okay. It is actually.
Yeah. And honestly, man, connect with other professionals, connect with other people in the space, connect with other YouTube creators, right? And research your target demo, so a niche, as Jack said, there's something called a micro niche, right? And what that is, if you were to take mortgage and you were, it's the subject of mortgage and you were to put a microscope over it, right? You're going to find it's a extremely unique sub niche, right? So essentially, let me use this as an example. Let's say you're selling, pet toys, dog toys, right? Well, that's a niche. A super niche would be selling, dog toys for aggressive chewers. And you go through, or, my buddy in 2019 generated $2.8 million through Amazon by just doing the clothing for fucking chihuahuas.
Wow.
For chihuahuas.
People look at it. There's this. Look up Red Ocean, Blue Ocean. Red Ocean is all the stuff that's completely oversaturated, and Blue Ocean is when you find that micro, because people look at it and they think, oh well, it's not going to reach as many viewers. Motherfucker, you're not going to reach as many viewers if you're doing what everybody else is doing.
No, he's 1,000% correct. That's like because this whole time I've been doing stand up, I've done skit shit. I've done so many different type of videos. It's not even funny. But like what I did was I found something I liked and I was like, okay, I'm going to rip this off. I'm going to do it my own style. And I'm basically, but there was nobody in the space of this, like, Manosphere red pill shit, right? With this women's stuff and the dating. And I was like, okay, one, most of these channels, this is what I said to myself. I said, most of these channels, they don't show their face. Okay, boom. I'm going to be ahead of the curve on that. Two, wait, no one in the space I thought was funny. They're all just serious people. They're not, none of them, not one person. I like watched so many different channels, and I was like, literally nobody in this bitch is funny. And three, I've been with a lot of women, and I've been in relationships, and I'm actually a relationship guy, which a lot of these people seem not to be, which is the funniest part. So I'm like, okay, I'll fucking invade this niche. I'm going to build up an audience. And then once I have a right amount of people, I'm going to start talking about what other shit I really want to talk about. That's exactly what I
Perfect example. Perfect example. And they all come off really fucking douchey as well.
No,
You know?
well, but like, because my best friend Taco, he's like, dude, are you really just going to keep talking about women shit? I said, dude, I have a plan. I go, look at the comment section. They're all going, you're funny. You're funny. You're funny. I go, I'm getting them in. Now they're just going to watch just because of me. And if they don't, then they fucking don't. I can't.
You don't want them anyways.
No, it's not even that I don't want them. It's just, I get it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Some people just want those clips, and there's plenty of channels to do that. So that was kind of my thing, though. So when you're doing this, and it's like anything, when you're doing this shit, you want to, like, for instance, Rob, why did you subscribe to me? Why are you here right now? Tell me why.
So on the YouTube thing, for whatever reason, you popped up in the browse feature Thursday. I was kind of you just look different. So I'm like, what this cat talking about? So clicked on you, and then your topics. You know what it was? It was there's a kid up in Austin. You were talking about the student loans and the car debt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my world, because I deal with that a lot with clients that don't understand how it affects debt to income ratios and things of that nature. So that's what wrote me in. But then you're funny. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your own thing. And then just today, instead of, I played ball in college and things of that nature. And for a lot of time of my life, no disrespect to anybody out there, but, folks that need money and things of that nature, you got a lot of distractions. Sports is a big one.
Huge.
And so, yeah, like today, everybody's being distracted, but then they'll cry on Monday because you don't have $500 to take care of, whatever issue. So I've started to look at some, and then you popped up, and then I saw you on live, and I've never done this before. I'm like, man, I'm gonna see if the dude will let me on, So
yeah, of course.
Anyway, that's how I got here. That's how I found you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you basically just liked me because I was doing something a little bit different, and I'm funny.
There it is.
It's that simple. So the same thing with you. So 1,000 people are going to be talking about mortgages and real estate and all this stuff. But that's what's going to separate you from them is if you just come at it and you're being yourself, you're not putting on this big fucking bullshit horseshit thing. Really give them the information. Don't be afraid to open up about yourself. People, surprisingly, they like it. They do.
Yeah.
We just had a guy in here telling us about all of his ailments. It's not easy for him.
Right.
But hearing all that made me really appreciate the fact that I'm able-bodied and I'm in great shape. You know what I mean? So, but like the more you could do that, okay, guys, I'm going to need, you guys are all going to play rock, paper, scissors. I got some other people waiting in the queue here.
I'm out, man. I appreciate you guys.
Rob,
I'm going to reach out.
Go ahead, spam your YouTube link in the comments section. Everybody watching, you go check him out, roast him, tell him what he could do better.
Hey, great to meet you, Rob.
And give me a shout on Insta, and I'll be glad to help you out.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Sam.
You got it, Rob. I just put my LinkedIn in the chat.
All right, I'm gonna grab it because I'm over here on StreamYard, and then I'm gonna jump on YouTube and do what you said. Thank you,
Rob. Later, brother. All right, Sam, you can hop back in a little bit. I'm gonna kick you out of here too.
Yeah, I got to roll anyways, bro. And just a quick PSA to your audience.
Let's grab
Jack
some lunch.
is who he is. Yeah, man. Hit me up. I'll give you a shout.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. What were you gonna say right there?
Nice to meet you, Sam.
Hit me up. I'll give you a shout, man.
All right, brother, man.
Nice to meet you, Chris. Jack, boy, take it easy, brother.
Peace, man. All right, we got Shape the Bandit in here. Hold on, we got another hooligan coming in.
Oh,
all right. We got
We're here.
we got the Jersey boys in here. We got the Jersey boys. Hey, Chris, you're in Jersey too, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we literally got the Jersey Shore up in this motherfucker right now. We
Not
got
the shore,
everybody in
though.
here. Okay,
Not the
you know what
shore.
I mean. Whatever.
Yo, Donnie, what's up, brother?
Yo, what up, homie?
Listen,
You guys
man.
all in here?
I'm
He
more
was
of a
talking bad
Jersey
about the
Shore.
red pill, yo. We got to go in on Jack. Jack was
All right,
slaying the red pill.
Okay. Oh, first of all,
In a bad way? What was he doing, Shape? That's
No,
it.
no,
We're gonna
no,
bully you,
no.
Jack.
No, so this gentleman. Okay, so for everybody in the chat here, we got Czar Danya over here, and we got Brother Shape, and they are in the red pill MGTOW dating sphere. And what I was saying about that was because this gentleman Rob was asking me how he could grow his YouTube, and he's more in the real estate niche. So I was just telling him, you know, you got to get him to click and you got to fucking deliver. It's pretty simple. But I kind of gave him an example on how I built my channel up. I said I invaded the women niche, the dating niche, right? With the intention of getting people to find me. Then they realize I'm funny. And then they subscribe. And then down the road, I could start talking about different stuff. And I was just saying a lot of people so if you guys know about all these channels, there's a lot of faceless channels. So it's like, one, how can I even trust you? How do I even know you're getting puss? How do I even know you're doing any of this stuff? I can't see you, you know? And then two, nobody was funny that I saw so far. So that was like I was like, okay, there's nobody doing that. So that was kind of my in. That's what I was explaining. So I wasn't actually really roasting it. It was just
Jack is the funniest in the Manosphere right now, yo. Let's put up for
that's what I'm
Jack.
trying. There you
He's
go.
the funniest.
No
But
one
yo,
else-
look, we do have people that have knowledge and skills and abilities, and we don't want the Sneakos, the Andrew Tates to make people feel like.
Oh
the red
yeah, I'm
pill
not
is
even
dead.
talking. Yeah, I'm
The
not
red
even
pill is
talking
not
about
dead, you
those.
know what I'm saying?
I'm not.
It's
I'm
male
not even talking
improvement.
about
So, but
Yo,
yeah,
I was
not
talking
on
Yo,
you.
Tate actually dissed Sneeko if you saw a video. Like, Sneeko's like upset about that. Like Tate
Man.
dissed them, man. Like basically,
know
like they're
what?
influencers who don't do anything and hanging out with like OnlyFans chicks, and basically they don't talk about anything that has substance. Nothing.
Well, what it is?
He was doing
well,
the same thing at 24, bro. You gotta, Sneako's 24, bro. He's a little boy.
Well,
You know,
that's
so
that's what we were just
let them
talking
grow up.
about.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what we were just talking about here, because just how you said those people are doing nothing. We were saying about, anyone in the real estate business or any business for that matter, because he was talking about reaching a younger audience. And I was like, no, you need to reach the audience that wants your information, because 20-year-olds, yeah, they're going to go watch Sneako's bullshit. They're going to go watch that.
20-year-olds
I
are
mean?
watching live streams like this, but they're watching 24-hour streams and
Yeah,
shit.
but I guarantee. How about this? Everybody in the chat, type your age in. I guarantee you, everybody's over the age of 25. Guaranteed.
Yeah, easy.
So that's my point. Is like, people who follow me, they're usually not young people. They're not younger. They're older people, because I'm not sitting here sugarcoating shit.
Yeah, same
That's
with me.
what
My range is like 25 and older, like to 35. 'Cause
Exactly.
I look at the analytics that they have.
Yeah. So Czar here, he's like improve yourself kind of. Oh, you're too short, bullshit. He's gonna shoot it to you straight kind of guy, and he's not afraid to
The brutal
that's
truth.
that's what I like about him. He's not afraid to say the things that most of us think.
It got me
And,
banned multiple times. So you
Yeah,
gotta
You
find the
gotta
right
be easy with
balance.
that, brother.
Yeah,
We
you
need
learn. You learn, yeah. You learn
Okay,
to tone
so
it
like
down.
look in the chat here. We got 56 years old. We got 42, 30, 36, 28, 38, 55, 52, 39.
Mhm.
That proves my point right there. 54, 37, 39 years old. So that's my point right there, is you can't worry about how old you're reaching. It's more like you're going to reach who's meant to find you. So Stomp the Elites, yeah. Look, 53, 63, so that's kind of where we were going with that. And that's for you guys too on your channel. We're not like, you shouldn't be sitting here worrying about what age you're trying to reach. It's more people who are trying to think, or they want that information that you have. And then as they get to know you, they're like, oh, this guy's 33, this guy's 34. Like, he thinks just like me. And it doesn't really matter how old they are. It's more of thinking similarly.
Yeah, I
and
never
wanting,
thought
like,
about age. I never thought about
Nah,
age
neither
one.
do
Like,
I,
how
yeah.
can I get to this age group? Like, whoever listens to you, if you resonate with them, you resonate with them. That's just how it works, man.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful thing. And because I was telling this Rob dude, I was like, look, I'd be happy to, kind of help you on your YouTube, and it doesn't take me long. Me, Shape, and Czar here, we talk on a every day, every other day basis, not for the longest time, but the last couple weeks. And it's important because, like, Chris was just connecting with this guy, Rob, but they're kind of in a, Chris is an accountant, this guy's in mortgages. So they're kind of in the same thing. And so the more you're talking with people in that circle, you have that community, and it's just going to help, in the long run. So that's like, even though I never met you guys in person, now that I know Chris here, if I ever have a tax question, I'm sure he would have no problem helping me out. Just like I have no problem letting him come on my live stream. And then maybe that leads to him getting a couple more, clients for himself.
You'd be surprised how knowledgeable people are. Like, random people, you'd be surprised, especially in my group. They're so knowledgeable with crypto or NFTs, this, that. Like, they're like, if you need any help with that, you'd be surprised when you build a network of men. They have value that a lot of other people don't have. It surprises me, man.
It's a mastermind, man. You got to compare
a
notes.
mastermind group. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, like, or anyone trying to do YouTube or anything, I'm like, the older you are, honestly, the better. I mean, obviously, if you're like 80, you kind of like, fuck it, I'm clocking out. But the point is that's how I look at it. It's like, me at 23, you think I would be sitting here talking about fucking car insurance? You know what I mean? I really.
What about Jordan Peterson at 23? You know what I'm saying? Look at Jordan Peterson. He's, great. I guess you could say global treasure, and he's got famous in his 50s.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to be, and I don't even care about fame. I just want to make money from what I'm good at, which is connecting with people and making them laugh.
Yeah, just
YouTube
because
fame is like a
not popping
valuable
now.
fame, though. It's like real quick, Don. YouTube fame, what people don't understand, there's 2 billion people on YouTube. You could be famous and still like unknown. You get what I'm trying to say?
Your shit might not pop
people
off.
know you, huh?
Your shit might not pop off in the beginning, but like years later, you never know. Like you said with Jordan Peterson, bro, people might tune in to what your content was. It just took them a longer time to get there.
Yeah, like, this is a perfect one. Like, Rich Cooper, like, I've seen some of his stuff, but the thing that drives me nuts with that stuff is it's like kind of like the cut and no offense, he's put out some good stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like it kind of just feels like it's
too dry. The content's boring, bro. Let's just call it a spade.
I don't feel that he's being honest enough.
He doesn't get women. Have you ever seen him with a beautiful woman?
I've never even seen the guy in person.
I've never seen pictures or video like him of even like next to a woman. If they bash women so much the way he does, and his shit's like cutthroat, dry, he has the nice cars, the success. But if you hate women that much, like, you have to be a little gay. I don't understand that, right? Where you talk like negatively about women like that. You have to be gay.
Bro, Rich Cooper and them, him and Rollo Tomasi, that group of dudes, they're just an older sector of the Manosphere. You know what I'm saying? These dudes are not the young, fresh blood. They're actually fucking college girls and shit like that. That's
no,
not
but
their life.
Rollo's married. Like, Rollo's been married. We know that. I respect that.
Yeah.
And he says he's not the biggest player. He just
here's the thing with me. I don't care how old they are. I just don't feel like they're being honest. That's all I'm trying to say.
Can I comment on that?
Please. And thank you for the $49.99, the $50.
Well, I think like what attracted me to your channel is, like, for example, my podcast is called the Street Level Business Podcast. So you're not only giving commentary, but you have a street level sensibility that's honest, which is your base, which is very hard to find. So you could do the same exact show as Rich Cooper. I'm going to enjoy it a lot more because you're filtering it through something that's genuine. Whereas they're just reporting. It's almost like Dan Rather. So that's why when I saw your content,
good point.
That's what I liked about it, is that you're being honest. You're looking to help, not just make a buck. And it's that street level. It's the difference between an entrepreneur and someone that has a job. So you're not just reporting. You're actually being genuine. And again, it's that street level sensibility that everyone responds to with you. That's what I believe.
And I really appreciate that. But that's something like I kind of didn't do it on purpose, but I guess I did know what I was doing, because I'm like, I'm not going to come in here and lie. I'm going to let you know that in 2 hours from now, I'm going to be taking orders to old people for glasses of wine. You know what I mean? And then I have to ship out some orders from fucking eBay. You know, so I'm like, I'm a regular, like,
You live a modest life.
Yeah. Like, but I'm grinding at the same time. Like, I'm not just doing nothing about it.
Well, you're blowing up on YouTube, man.
But here's
talk
the
about
thing. But here's the point: is I'm not going to sit here and just pretend like I got it like that, because I fucking don't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm working hard here.
So
like,
what's Rich Cooper's deal then? If he's not, what's his truth? If you think he's lying, what's the truth he's not saying?
I don't.
He just doesn't
mean
have
that.
charm and charisma. Like, he has.
That's what I'm
charm
saying.
or-
Is
yeah.
he's just
He has-
analytical, bro. He's telling the truth.
I can't listen to
from an
someone
analytical style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he's just an analytical dude.
If I was young, if I was 20 years old, I would listen to people like that. I wouldn't watch the Aiden Ross or
Look,
these
here's
fucking
the
losers.
here's
when I
the
was 20.
problem. You see
I would
this
watch
comment
people
here?
like that.
There you go. It sums it up for the Rich Cooper thing. That
I
wasn't my
think
point.
with Jack, I think with you, remember that you're sometimes you're a little judgmental. You even said it yourself, but at the end of the day, you're positive and hopeful about things, life, in the world. So that's
Yeah,
the
I try
thing.
to be.
But that's the main thing that's missing from so many channels on all the different topics. So that's what people are left with. Hey, we went over some things happening in the world, but there's some ways around them, things we could work on together, and we're going to be positive about the future, about tomorrow. And that's what people need. I think that's why they react to you in a positive way.
I think so too. And I'm not sitting here trying to, I've watched Rich Cooper. I think I'm actually subscribed to his channel. So it's not like I don't like the guy. And I said earlier in the stream, if you've been here the whole time, lust, hate, envy, jealousy, the four devils, I have none of those things in my blood. So it's not that I'm saying that. What I'm saying is in the whole, from TV to music, I'm talking mainstream, everything here, to the biggest YouTube stars and Instagram stars, the number one thing that's missing in my eyes, and the reason I don't subscribe to a lot of people, is just literal honesty. I feel like I feel like there's this, honestly, like with most of these people, it's like, let me reenact it for you. Ready? Okay, I got my shipping labels here. Hold on. Pretend this is like my script. They fucking, like, no offense, you could write it out. That's fine. Do you? But when I feel like there's literal, like, they're like, okay, 3, 2, 1, and they're like, what's up, YouTube? And it's like these jump cuts and all this stuff. Like, I didn't come here for crazy editing. I came here because you said you were going to talk about this subject, and I want to see what the fuck you have to say about it as a regular human being. That's all I wanted. And then I get this whole fucking song and dance with editing. And that's kind of what I don't like about it. Or the whole opening up in a McLaren, or they open up with Rolls Royces, and it's like this showboat thing where it's like, I don't fucking give a shit. And most people don't. Honestly, I think the whole flex thing it's gotten a bit much. I've been watching it since the early 2000s. I'm kind of over it.
The guys that flex, that's similar to a girl posting provocative pictures. I think if a man's flexing, it's equivalent to a girl posting provocative pictures. Right.
Yeah.
But if you have like a good photographer, there's nothing wrong with that. But if that's like your whole niche, right, on YouTube, and
I'm not saying I'm not trying. God, how do I dance around this up? Like, how do I say this so lightly? I just, plain and simple, I think what's missing, the reason YouTube was so successful in the beginning was because people were just being themselves, and they were being kooky. It wasn't perfect editing. It wasn't perfect. So that's what I'm trying to say with the whole, like, I think who's going to win coming up are the people that are being super honest about things. Like, they're honest about what they made last year, what they're doing, what their goals are. They're not afraid to say how they feel, and they actually feel, versus just this like showboating kind of scripted video essay type deal. So that's kind of just where I'm at. That's how I look at the internet. You know, it's just That's just my thoughts. That's it.
The
It's a
fake is-
professionalism overload, you know what I'm saying? Like we're just super professionals. That's what people are, you know what I'm saying? So people been taught to shut their mouth, you know what I'm saying? Don't say nothing, go with the crowd. And so we get this like monkey see, monkey do type of content, you know what I'm saying? And people just follow the same path, you know, and like you said, there's no personality in it, there's no charisma to it, there's nothing like novel about it. There's nothing interesting about it. So
people want different now, man. It's like stay true to yourself. They all want something different. They're tired of being lied to. And the videos I can't stand the most are the gold digger pranks. They are the fakest videos I've ever seen in my
they
life.
work though.
Some of those,
but they work for views, but they're so
some of those were
fake
go-
and set up. I'm like,
the
how you
original.
guys-
Some of those original ones though were like absolute gold. And you know what? If it wasn't, and whichever ones were staged, it's like fuck it. But yes, but that's like more. That's like entertainment. But I feel like we're coming in an age where it's like it's entertaining for me. Like I just watched this guy. His name's Abood. He's not monetized. He has more subscribers than all of us put together. He's not he said fuck the money. He owns a precious metals business. But he sits there and just talks his shit and he posts whenever he wants. Could be every 3 months, could be once a week. But he's not monetized. He doesn't make money off this. But the reason why he has, 20, 30,000 subscribers is because he's being honest and he's not afraid to say, like, he's not afraid to let you know about his life, good or bad. And I'm like, this dude has no idea how much money he could be making right now. And he's like, no, I'm not here for the money. He's like, I'm here because I'm
here to tell the truth.
No, he's like, I'm here.
He would snitch on somebody for no reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mind his business. I'm going to tell on you.
Well, he actually,
you got nothing to gain from this.
This guy actually did 10 years in prison. So I don't think he's a snitch. But the point is about that's beside the point. Beside the point. But he came here so that he could find people who are like-minded. That was the reason. But I watch his stuff. Whenever he posts something, it comes in my feed, and I'm like, oh, I know it's going to be a good one. And it's just no fancy editing. It's like shit quality from his computer, and he's just sitting in a chair, and he's got sunglasses on. I think he lives in New Jersey.
There's a guy who has over hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube from just telling prison stories in his car. He just has his phone, tells prison stories. He's honest about it, and you could tell he's authentic. He's a good storyteller.
Yeah.
And who knew you could get over 300,000 subscribers from just telling prison stories?
Bro, there's cat channels that got millions of subscribers, yo. YouTube,
it's insane.
Bro, I think the guy he was talking about Chihuahua like outfits and shit. His man made $1 million, like $3 million, like selling like Chihuahua clothes and shit. Like YouTubers like that. Like there's Chihuahua channels that got millions of subscribers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's always someone.
there's cat channels. Like, bro, people make money off the most wildest things. But I think faceless. I agree with Jack. Like the faceless channels start taking over the red pill a little bit. And
I see him all the time on Instagram.
Show your face.
I hate it. I see it all the time on Instagram.
Well, I want to relate this to people in the who are watching. All 105 of you. I love all of you. I can't believe you're here.
Hey,
but here's what I'm getting at. Whether you're trying, like, let's put this on an even playing field here. So I was saying earlier that Chris here said he has about 1,500 clients for his business.
Congrats. Good.
Which on YouTube,
business.
if you were to tell somebody you have 1,500 subscribers, it's like, okay, you're doing okay, but you're not making a living off that. But the point of that is if you treat YouTube like that, right? Where I'm like, I told this to Shape before. I go, I don't need 1 million fucking subscribers. Okay. You really don't. You just need enough people. So if I get like right now with 10,000 people and just the loyal ones that watch, I'm able to make enough at this rate. I haven't measured it out over a year yet. We'll find out. But like at this rate, I'm able to make a living off of it. So you would think, like when I told my cousin what I pulled this last month, he was like, really? With just that many subscribers? I was like, yeah, I'm shocked. So that's kind of where I'm getting at. So if you want you don't need all that. You really just don't. And that goes for any business, anybody in the chat, just even with the business, don't look at it like I need millions of people. You really only need thousands. And if you're selling a huge money, like you really high-end stuff, you don't even need that many. Like you could,
Yeah, I
you know,
think,
sell high ticket items like houses.
Mm.
If you had 1,000 clients as a real estate agent and you sold 1,000 houses.
No, Seth Godin. If you saw, you know, I got a bachelor's degree in marketing, and Seth Godin's one of the goats, and he wrote about the concept of the smallest viable audience, and he measured it to about 2,000. You know what I'm saying? And so, like your boy right here that has 1,500 customers, and for accounting, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? But just in general, the number 2,000, it's valuable.
Well,
And
I'm
YouTube-
old now, so I'm old.
No, that's still a lot. You know what I'm saying? 2,000 is a lot because, you know, if you figure out, let's say, if we just did in a measurement, if you have 2,000 clients and they pay you $100 a year, that's 200,000 a year.
Right.
From a small measurement. You get what I'm trying to say? So
Yep.
the smallest viable market. Jack, I also want to comment on the fact that you say people are not telling the truth. I think the real big difference is you're what they call a pure artist. Some people are just business people. We have scammers in the manosphere. We have scammers, and their goal is just to make money. It's like rap, right? A lot of people are just rapping for money. No one's rapping because they love making music. They love writing bars. It's like, I can show my ass, twerk, write a song, and make money. It's the hustle now. YouTube
Pound
is the hustle
town.
now. And
Pound
like you said,
town.
when YouTube first started, it was an art form, and it went from there to becoming people like us, where we make money on YouTube. Shout out to Google, though. You know what I'm saying? Just got that check.
Can I make a red pill comment?
Go ahead.
Right. So for past few years, I do a lot of marital, pre-nuptial planning.
Cool.
And one of the things that my medium to high value men have been doing, they've been getting polygraphs. So that's a very important thing. So we want to get everyone to do a polygraph, a prenup polygraph. If they're going to be the mother of your children, that's the most important job you can have in my life. So
what are you asking on a polygraph?
What'd you say?
What are you asking on a polygraph?
Well, we're asking things about intentions, about uncommitted sex, about body count.
Whoa,
things like
actual
that.
body count on the polygraph?
Sign
me up. I want to see if you lying. You said 5?
Hey, hold on 1 second. This one's really
like this?
We're gonna get right back to that polygraph stuff, but I just want to address the $10 from Tommy Bernhard here. And funny thing about this gentleman here, we were both Tommy was in this like reselling niche on YouTube, and he did a live show like this where he'd kind of he wouldn't let a bunch of people hop on, but he had like a few kind of characters that would just come randomly on the show. And I found his show just through the reselling space, and because I was in the reselling game. And so I found him, and I just was commenting in the chat. And then next thing you know, he thought I was like spamming or something, but really I was just having fun. Next thing you know, he'd like let me come on the show. So it's kind of like he was really kind to me, and he's a good guy, and that's cool that he's here. It's funny because this is years ago. But
did you know about his ED or not?
About what?
He says he has ED.
No. He goes, I typed in erectile dysfunction, and this chat was top of the search results. He's making a joke. He doesn't have it.
Oh,
it's a joke. It's a jokey joke, Shape.
Got it.
It's a jokey joke. Don't worry, Tommy. I got the joke.
If you need help, man, go to the gas station.
$13.99, Jaggy Boy. Your parents are Andrew Dice Clay and Alec Baldwin. Actually, they are, and they're happily married. And you don't want to know which one is the topper. You know what I mean? Or whatever they call it in the gay sphere.
Gay sphere.
Hold on. What do we got here? Okay, so back to the polygraph. That's actually awesome information. So how many people have you done this with? That's trippy shit.
I'd say probably 20 in the past 2 years.
And the women agree to it?
Pretty high.
Well, many women won't, but then they're not married. Because remember, even the medium to high value men that I have, and I have a lot of women some women that have done it, have men do a polygraph. But remember that we're talking about 60 to 80 to 1 of women that want these particular men, the top 10% or even 20%. So they have their pick of everything, and they can dictate what they want from a partner. And we have to take it seriously. If this woman's going to be home with my children, well, I would have to interview somebody for even a lesser job and give them a polygraph. So we have to know the character of this person. It's going to be influencing my children. That person
might change, though. The sad part about what you're saying is good girls go bad, man. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Some
What we
wives.
do, the other thing we do a lot of planning is a lot of young men are despondent today. But what we do is it's like a 22-year-old man is not going to find a 22-year-old to marry them usually. So we want to get them to about 31, 32. We build wealth with them, build businesses. Then we can have them at a certain point where they do a prenuptial. They've already established value that's premarital in assets, real estate, and businesses. So we do a lot of planning to protect your assets. A lot of red pill people don't want you to get married, but a lot of men want to get married. Try it once. I always say plan for your first divorce. That's one of my main things of my practice. So when I plan for that,
then why even get married, my brother?
well, because people want to have children within a marriage, and of course, a woman should take your last name. So most people want to do that traditional thing. Some people don't, but if you do, we can plan to protect yourself in the long run from a lot of the bad financial things that can happen to you. So I'm not totally against marriage. I just want to do what is as planned as much as we can ahead of time. For a man or woman with assets, there's a lot of planning we could do to protect you. You are going to get divorced most likely. That's what I tell them. They're sitting in front of me. Most likely 10 years from now, you're going to hate each other. We need to have a plan to make sure that no one is hurt financially.
Dan, the best thing is, like, I would ask for a polygraph test to see if the children is hers or not.
Well, of course, all my male clients
never do that.
All my male clients never sign a birth certificate unless they have a DNA test. Right? That's the first thing they do. The baby's born. We cut the cord. We swab the inside of the cheek. First thing.
But the women are men. Do you do
the
that?
Men.
Oh, so you're men. Okay,
see,
so
it's the women you have to do that with.
That's very interesting. So Tennessee is making it mandatory, but you guys do that as a group.
Don't ever put your name on a birth certificate unless you have the DNA proof that you're the father. And that should be swabbed in the first moments of life.
That's a
Cut
good
the
red
cord.
pill
Everyone's
right
happy.
there.
The doctor's there. Swab it.
Nice.
Put it in the
You
vial.
don't swab, I ain't signing.
Perfect. Exactly.
And so that's what we need.
Actually, real quick, Czar, I actually had a clip of him that I was going to plug into a future video, and this has to do with what he just said about the woman taking your last name or not. Czar, I'm sure you know about this. Go ahead and tell these gentlemen here what you think if a woman doesn't want to take your last name. Go ahead and lay it on.
And I'm sure, Shape, you'll agree with me if you saw this video, right? The second a woman says if she even thinks about keeping her last name or like maybe hyphenated, like meeting you halfway, she doesn't respect you. No. She does not respect you because you're not the prize in her eyes. If she wants to keep your last name, she views you as the prize. Less chance of you getting a divorce. I'm not saying you're going to get the divorce, but I'm saying there's a less chance of her disrespecting you getting a divorce with her. Because
and the main idea there is that she's not a traditional woman.
And she's not traditional. And she's programmed into that masculine bullshit programming, right? Where women are the masculine ones and all women want to be traditional. They want a traditional man, but they don't want to do traditional shit. Right. If she doesn't want to take your last name, I'm telling you right now, don't even get married to her. I just saved you a nasty divorce, her cheating on you, her keeping half your shit.
Right. It's like 1 foot in the threshold, one outside. That's what that's like. She's not fully committing. She wants to keep her independent world open and viable. That's what that means.
Because if she married someone or Kim Kardashian, look what happened with Kim and Kanye. Kim and Kanye, right?
But
if she married a guy like Shape or me or Jack or even you, I don't know your name on the top right. Chris, yeah. I'm sure she'll take our last names, right? Or Brad Pitt, like, I don't know, some other famous actor. They wouldn't think twice about keeping their own last name. They would want to be associated with that man because of his value and the prize he has.
I just don't think with this equality pitch, women don't want men to have more power than they do per se. But I try to tell people all the time, a lot of this is that a woman's way to control a man is through manipulation. Women can't bully men in this world. And so a lot of women are like, oh, but men are making everything so bad. Yeah, they are. And so you need good men to stand up against those bad men. There's some dangerous men out there. Are you going to protect us or do you want me to protect us? Which one? You know what I'm saying? Like, I never walk around with a chick and have her try to muscle my way around the world. Women can't do that. So I think women are jealous and envious of this. And this allows them to not take your last name, hold on to theirs. It's this power struggle between the two genders unnecessarily. Honestly, men, we're submitting to something. What you believe in, that's your ideology, your God, whatever you believe into, that's what we're in submission to. So if you're a good man of good principle, you're going to be submitting to that. And then when the woman submits to you, she's submitting to helping you on your journey, on your principles.
Mhm.
That's it. If
But
you
then-
don't beat women, that's not your thing. A woman thinks that, oh, you have power on me, so you beat me up. No, we won't. Some men that don't have good principles will. But if you have good principles, you will protect your girl. You won't fight with your girl. You know what I'm saying? And one of the ways to avoid that is you avoid women that won't take your last name. They won't cooperate with you. You won't even date them. If a girl gets violent with me, I won't even date her. Like the minute violence comes out, it's right.
Even before that, my high value guys or my regular value men, remember that we can't prove consent. Let's back up from marriage, back up from dating. Men can't prove consent. I'm writing my next book. I'm writing is all about how to fix marriage, and that's what we need. Men need a way. How do we prove consent? How do we prove that someone consented to sleeping with me?
Pictures.
There's no
videos,
that doesn't matter.
Pictures,
her word goes against any other texting, visual evidence. So
They
I
can
tell
always say
women,
no.
Kind of screwed. Yeah.
They could always say no.
right? So, but I'm saying I agree with you. But 10 years from now, a woman could say she was coerced without my knowledge into sleeping with me. I get a rape charge. So no matter.
Let's not drop the R word on it.
No. He's got an excellent point. So a friend, he's not a friend anymore. I still care about the gentleman, but he doesn't want to get his life together, so he's not in mine anymore. I gave him plenty of chances, but you are who you hang out with. So let's be realistic. It's not that I don't care about this guy, but this story. So this dude, when I was living in Cali, this guy had no problem getting women, and he was not picky. One day he's got an 8, one day he's having sex with a 3. He didn't care. If it was easy, he's doing it, and he's not afraid to try. So here's the fucked up part. This guy already had about two different cases on his record, from like shoplifting and like some weed shit, drunk in public, stupid things. And he already had a kid who he wasn't paying child support for. So that already looks bad. And this guy drank a lot. He just lived life on a daily basis. That's how this guy lived. So I kind of used him in a sense where when I was off work, I knew he was off work. See what I'm saying? So, and he was a good time. But so anyways, he brings this girl over to the crib a couple times to my house. And it was kind of like this party house at the time, like 25. And so about a year later, I remember this girl because I met her like 3 or 4 times from this dude. So he hits me up one day and he goes, dude, I'm getting charged with rape. And I go, what are you talking about? He goes, remember this chick? And he told me the chick. And I go, yeah, I remember her. He goes, dude, she literally filed a report on me saying I raped her.
Wow.
And it was a whole year later. And mind you, remember this guy, if he gets told no, he just goes, okay. And he has sex with the next girl that will. It's that simple for him. And even though this guy is kind of a piece of shit in a sense, I know for a fact that he doesn't have to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know this guy, and she was there. They're kissing on my, like,
you seen her
in front of a whole 10 people. Okay. So I used to live in this apartment complex where it was like fucking Melrose Place or something. It was very odd. It was just so many people, all the same age bracket, living next to each other. So we'd always have these little shindigs. And the crazy part is it was probably over something maybe he did, or maybe she found out that he didn't, that he was homeless, something of that nature. And, because he wouldn't tell chicks he doesn't have a place to live. He would just have sex with them and then stay at their place for 2 weeks until they find out. And then he'd move on to the next girl. So I give him that, a bit of balls on the boy, but
some skills.
But yeah, he did 2 years for something he did.
Right.
Something
And we
he
have
did.
He got charged for it?
He got 2 years.
Wow. Oh, so he's a sex offender now too, right? That's
Right. So
permanent.
there's no burden of proof. It's all hearsay. So that's why you got to tell men.
Texting, all that stuff that they had. No.
Was she
She
drunk?
said it.
Was she intoxicated or no? at
Doesn't
that
matter.
time?
Just
But-
because she said so.
There's
And
no
his-
way to prove it 2 years later.
Yeah,
a
and
year
his
later.
record.
And so we got to warn men that
That
before even dating, they're at risk for sleeping with anybody. I've had many examples I've heard anecdotally about like for example, why did the Me Too movement fail? The Me Too movement. When I have 3 daughters, I have a granddaughter. I'm all for protecting women, but when I ask women who are vehement for the Me Too movement, I said, well, what was the punishment for a woman who had a false allegation? right?
It's
Never.
not fair. It's not fair.
Nothing.
Never.
It's
So
not
I
fair at
said,
all.
so that's why men are not mentoring young women. It's hurting young women all across the board. And so I tell them, well, of course, there had to be some false allegations. Now you complain that men are mentoring young women. But of course, if I told you, hey, Jack, go into a leopard cage and only one times out of 1,000 it's going to eat you. Come on, what's the matter? That's like having a meeting with a young girl behind a closed door. And so it's very unrealistic.
If they said if they really threatened women and said, if this is a false allegation, just so you know, you're going to do the same amount of years that he's going away for. I guarantee you these women would change their minds. They would think about it. They're like, damn, what if
Like fraternity fraud should be 5 years in jail. Paternity fraud is 5 years. That's minimum.
But does anybody ever get charged with that?
They don't.
Never.
They don't.
Never.
Only in Tennessee, bro.
The thing I'm working on is how people want marriage to go up, and women want men to marry them. And we have, but it's such a. This is what I always tell people. I have women and men come to me pre-marriage, and women want to get that marriage license. And I say, Susan, I'm like, so you think having a contract between you and this man is a good idea? I said, so you must think that's a good idea for your whole life. So do you have a best friend license, Susan? Where you have to go to court so the judge says you don't have to be friends anymore with Tina? I'm like, why not? If having a contract is such a good idea, why don't you have it with your mother and your brother and your sister?
Everyone. Good point.
And then so they're like, I said, imagine you go to court and the judge says that your friend Tina gets half your money. And you got to pay Tina for the next 20 years. That seems a little odd. I said, so
unless it's towards a man. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Women want the power of manipulation to control men. These are one of the powers of manipulations. You know what I'm saying? We got the marriage law designed for women, literally, like where it's all risk for men and all reward for women.
Well, yeah, but it's interesting. The problem is that there's too much law, too much common law. The marriage certificate itself should be invalid. There's more consumer protection on a mattress sales form than for marriage. Everything that you are then put under as an umbrella is incredibly, it should be a 2,000-page document. People should have to go to courses to know what their potential liabilities are. If there was no other contract I've seen in my career where you have so much potential harm done to you and the other party, even if they breach, they have no consequence, right? Every contract has, me and Jack are in a contract. He has to do X. I have to perform Y. If he doesn't perform, he has to pay a penalty. So this contract isn't even a valid form of contract. They should be thrown out. Don't ever sign a marriage license. It's
so what do you mean people should get married? I mean, do you believe people should get married?
Okay, so put it this way, on this channel, for everybody, I'm sure everybody in this chat's seen enough of my shit to where I said, yeah, I'll get married, but I'm not doing any paperwork. And I understand there's common laws where it's like you've been together 10 years, all this shit. But in my eyes, it's like, no, I've seen enough. You know, I've seen enough, and it's right in front of your face. It's like, I don't care how good my woman is. Like, I know she'll be a fantastic mother. She's just a great soul, which is hard to find nowadays. And I just know she's a good person, a solid, good person. But I still know how the game goes. I know the risk. So I'm not going to sign any fucking paperwork.
Well, I get the question all the time. So I'm showing men there's no benefit. It's all risk.
All risk.
All risk. There's no upside.
I agree with you on the marriage license. I'm good. Like, why? It's like the government's got enough shit, their hands in my pocket, tickling my fucking gooch all the time. I'm good. I don't need any more. I'm okay. Like, they've got enough of me.
Well, I tell them, why would you bring government oversight into your personal life and your financial life voluntarily? That's what you're doing. You're voluntarily giving oversight to your children, to your money, your future, your assets. So, but again, I tell women who can't find a guy to marry them, I'm like, well, we have to change the law. Like, for example, no one should ever be able to tell a good father that he can't live full time with his minor children. That should never happen. So if you want to divorce me, you can leave. But my kids need a father in the home, a good dad. And so it should be impossible to take away my right to live with them full time. I don't want every other week. Even I went 50-50. I want to be able to live up. So if you want to divorce me, that should be part of your penalty. That you have to leave. I get to live with my kids full time. That would go a long way to making men feel, oh, I have a benefit if she wants to divorce me. I don't lose the right to parent my children full time. Things like that would be important. Until that happens.
I grew up in a single father household, so I know all about that. My dad had full custody of me and my two siblings as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So my mom largely was not in my life per se. You know, I know my mother, but I grew up with my father, you know, and he had the same type of attitude as you. You know what I'm saying? It's like kids they definitely need a father. A mother's great. I'm not saying a mother has no value, but the father, single dads, unfortunately, women don't want to admit this, but they do better jobs than single moms. You know,
actually,
the same thing with domestic violence, just like the Me Too movement. Unfounded, unjustified claims of domestic abuse should have minimum jail time.
Yeah.
Damn, are you a lawyer, bro?
No, I deal with these issues every day.
Okay.
He's
hardcore in this.
Yeah, like
it's because it's wrong, and for all the complaining that women do, a lot of things are in their hands to go change the law because men are smart, and I tell women that have assets, same thing, same exact advice. This is not male or female. I have a lot of high net worth women who want to do a polygraph, who should not get married either. So just has to do with men sometimes are the breadwinners, but women are becoming more and more the breadwinners. So I have the same exact conversation. It's not an anti-woman conversation. Same exact conversation about all the possible horrors of getting married.
And you were married before?
Yeah, I was divorced in 97.
So what was the horrors for you, if you don't mind sharing?
No, I got shared custody with my ex-wife. We co-parented well, and my kids are great. My grandkids are great. So I was a lucky person that my ex-wife never had done anything underhanded. We separated amicably, and
it was her choice or your choice?
I think it was both of our choice. I mean, I think it was ultimately my choice. There's always someone who's the choice of, and it's better. And she's remarried. Her husband is great. So my divorce was a good situation, but a lot of men's it's not.
Yeah. Like for instance, my mom took it super easy on my dad, and neither one of them wanted to get divorced. It was just my dad got so hopped up on drugs, he couldn't stop. He couldn't stop with the narcotics and overdosing like once a year, and totaled 7 cars in the matter of 5 years, passing out at the wheel. And it was ruining her life. And she didn't want to get divorced because they loved each other. But she did him a solid. She didn't take anything from him, although he was losing all of his wealth and his business was shattering because he was fucked up. But my mom took it like, she's like, this poor guy's fucked as it is. So, but a nightmare though. So check this out. So my chick's godfather, we were talking about this last week at dinner. So he got divorced 30 years ago. He's been paying alimony this entire time, and he owns his own dentist. He's a dentist, and he owns his own practice. So he's done very well for himself. And he's approaching 70 years old. In the last 3 years, he came down with Parkinson's. It's either Parkinson's or something else. Whatever it is, his muscle and his ligaments are getting eaten at. So he's starting to have a really bad limp. He's losing all of his strength, right? So check this out. So check this shit out. So this lady, alimony just ain't enough. So he's about to sell his dentist practice, his whole dental office, because he's becoming to the point where he can't even fucking work anymore. And this broad wants half.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
They've been divorced for 30 fucking years. And he was like, I felt so bad for this guy. And we're sitting there and I'm like, is this even legal? And he's like, unfortunately, it seems like it is. And this woman hasn't worked in 30 years. And now this guy is decomposing. He's falling apart. It's actually really sad because I've known the dude a whole year. And within the whole year I've known him, he's gotten, I'd say, about 10 times worse. Like it's about triple, actually. Like, he used to be able to walk at least. Now it's like he's got a cane and shit. Like, and it looks like he's about to need a walker. And now he's going to need something else for his ass because he's getting fucked. And I just can't believe it, man. I really can't. Like,
well, this is why planning if you're going to get married, why planning is very important for assets, moving assets, shielding assets, and things like that. Although once you're married, like I said, you sign that one page, you have 2,000 or 3,000 pages of law, common law, and law rules and regulations that now you have to live up to during and after the marriage. That is really unconscionable. And I've done this a long time, and just to see how the little arms and tentacles can come for different things at different times. So that's why not having that marriage license is just protective. Don't fall for the guilt of it. Anyone that cares about a man, a woman that loves you, will tell you to not sign it.
yeah, they won't care. They won't care. Like my girlfriend right now, it's like, if I stay with her long term, when I tell her the day that if we do get married, when I tell her, hey, just so you know, there's no paperwork in this.
You could always go to a house of worship.
If
and
she
have a
continues
ceremony.
forward, then we're Gucci. But obviously, if it's too big of a deal for her, then it looks like looks like I'm back on the field,
Let me tell you guys, any girl that gives a fuck about getting married or really wants to get married and says she won't be with you if you don't get married to her or give her a raise, she's not that into you, bro.
No,
Real
she's into
women,
the marriage.
She's into the marriage. Real women that truly want to be with you and enjoy your company and the value that you offer her in her life, they don't give a fuck about a wedding, about getting married, about a ring. They might keep it something small, like on the beach, a little ceremony at the church, old school, traditional, right? Write everything in the Bible without having the government involved. Because even 30 years after a divorce, guess what? The government is still involved. They know everything about you. They know it could be 40 years, 50 years after your divorce. They're still involved in your life.
I couldn't fucking believe it when this guy told me this, because, just the fact that he's been paying her enough money for 30 years to where she literally does not need a job. Because one, she took the house. That shit's been paid off. So she's Gucci. She's golden. She's smooth, silky smooth. And then the alimony alone, because he made a lot of money. So her pay was a lot more money than if he just made, 70 grand a year. So I just couldn't believe that somebody could be that. I mean, I guess you can't have the good without the evil. I guess it's true, but it's just like, look at this. What does this gentleman here say? He goes, an acquaintance went on holiday, came back accused of rape by wife, 6 months in jail. She sold everything and left with another guy, $3 million.
That's my point about proving consent. He's married, and it's not proof of consent. Of course, a wife can be attacked or sexually assaulted, but up until the time we have proof of consent, you need to really even abstain from dating, because anybody is at risk of like Jack had said, a year after a physical act with a woman, someone went to jail for 2 years. So we're totally at risk. There's nothing protecting us except our control over our own behavior.
Yeah, but if they make this so you could dig it up for like 10, 20, 50, 30 years in the past, this is going to be dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it is dangerous.
This is already.
I get a year. On. To me, a year, I get it. But if they let it be like you could just, then like what's the evidence for anybody at that point?
Well, it's all hearsay. That's what happens. There's no evidence. There's probably no evidence of rape in Jack's story. But again, they'll take a woman's word for it. And so that leaves us, even before dating or before marriage, that you have to be very careful who you're sleeping with, because you could lose your entire life just because someone said they were raped without proof. Remember, there's no rape kit then. It's too late. So it's all about her saying that she was coerced but was too afraid to say something at the moment. That's all they need to say, is that they were with you, they were afraid to say no. And you're going to go for rape.
And back to the point when you guys were talking about women manipulating men. Men can manipulate women too all day long. It happens all the time. The only problem is they end up paying for it. Like, a woman can manipulate you, but she's never gonna have to. I know some cases women end up paying child support, yes, but it's a very like small. I'm talking minute percent of women who have to pay alimony or child support. But like that's the big difference. It's like, what if a woman? Okay, so I had this story, right? This is true. So it's not like this chick raped me, right? Because it's kind of impossible. But you guys hear this out. I'm hooking up with this chick, probably one of the hottest girls I've ever hooked up with. Classic blonde, literal like, I'd say a solid 9. I don't even know if like a 10 would be. She's like a 9. Hottest girl I've ever been with in my life. So I had a kind of girlfriend at this time, but we weren't like officially over with. So I start making out with this chick, and we're getting hot and heavy. And so all of a sudden I stop and I go, look, I can't go any further right now because I might still have a girlfriend, and I just don't want to do that to that person, right? Okay, stupid of me, right? Because this chick, we're gonna break up. Like, I know it. But anyways, the point of the story is I stop, I tell her no. She literally goes, "You're telling me right now if I get butt naked, you're not gonna have sex with me." She literally got pissed, pushed me, goes out of the house. She's borderline just in underwear and a bra. She leaves, and then I'm standing there in my apartment just like, oh, I don't know what I just did, but whatever. I shouldn't probably. I was like, fuck, I ruined that. So I lay down, and she's staying at the apartment next door to me. I lay down. About an hour goes by. I'm nearly asleep. All of a sudden, I hear my door open. I'm not shitting you here. My door opens. I look over. It's like really dark in my apartment, but I could tell it's her. She literally walks in completely butt naked, gets on top of me, and then that was a wrap. We had sex right there. And I lasted,
women
like,
can't handle
literally
rejection.
No,
They can't
but my
handle
point
rejection.
That
is,
was he.
but if that was a guy,
inadvertently rizzed her. Yeah, I knew the end of
Yeah.
the story before you even said
Yep.
it. I knew
Yep.
the
I
end of
know.
the story. The minute you said I can't
Mhm.
go any further, I'm like,
She wanted
I know
you
how
even
the story
more.
ends. Yeah.
he
Yeah.
came back though, naked, gets on top of me naked. So let me ask you a question. If I fucking walked into a girl's apartment after she told me no and just dick out flapping, what do you like?
Women
see,
can
it
stalk
already
men, but
sounds
men
bad.
can't stalk women. Women, no
Yeah.
one. A girl could be on your nuts. The whole world won't care. Like the female fan, right? The girls running after the Beastie Boys. We should have known that after that was acceptable, that women were allowed to be
What's up,
just like
woodworking?
completely
How you doing, brother?
fanned out. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Because
like,
they're innocent. They're innocent.
yeah. But if
they're
you,
weaker
so
than
if a
you.
girl
They're
could
weaker
stalk
than
you, a girl could stalk you, and no one would even like stop her. Yo, people might even help a girl stalk you, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they'd be like, "Oh yeah, he works over here."
Exactly. They'll assist her. You know what I'm saying? And
They
finding
will,
her. So
yeah.
it's like,
You want? I'll take a ride with you, babe. Let's go.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
but that's a good thing. And I tell men, because of this, and since we're not bothered by girls that are aggressive with us, let girls be aggressive with you. Let girls chase you. See, men don't understand that. You let her chase you. You fucked a 9 by just playing it cool. That we've all had that story before where I was like, I'm trying
That's
not
why
to
I
get pussy,
always.
and I still get
That's
pussy.
that's why I always tell men, just tell her, just go.
Tell her no.
I mean, look, I can't teach people how to make jokes, but you could go to a girl if you have a little rapport with a girl and just mid conversation go, "Hey, just say me and you." It would never work.
Yeah, break that
You're
rapport.
probably gonna have sex with her after that.
I like breaking that rapport. A lot of guys like building rapport. I learned to break it, right? If she says something, oh, this is why it would never work out between us. Right. They love that. Break the rapport.
But when you hit them with that out of nowhere, they just
no
like,
guy says that to them. No guy ever says that to them.
So I was at work, right? And there was this chick who was kind of broken English. I work at a restaurant. So restaurant business. Any young cats in here that want to meet some puss, just go get a job as a waiter at a pretty decent place. There's gonna be plenty of ass.
Roots
Now,
Chris.
So now you want to go more sports barish. They're more scandalous
Easier.
over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you want to go like party place kind of deal. Yeah, got
You're right.
TGI Fridays or something. You wouldn't expect it, but it's true.
They're all
But
whores.
no, so I talk to women exactly how I talk to you guys. Okay, like total shit. I treat you like garbage. No, I'm just kidding. But I talk to them just regular, like it's just regular. Like nice tits. So this custom, great. Like, what do you want? But I talk to them
What do you
normal.
want?
I talk to them completely normal. But if a chick's fucking up or something, so this girl was fucking up at my job, And I go, Arlene, what is your problem? Just get it together and learn the fucking menu already. You've been here for 4 months. And because I was sick of hearing it. And then all of a sudden, the guy next to me goes, don't talk to her like that, bro.
The beta white knight.
No, wait. I go, I'll talk to her however I deem fit. And I'm getting tired of her churlish ways. And then Arlene goes, no, it's okay. I like when Jack talks to me like that.
You put her in her place. Every woman wants a man that can put them in their place.
I'm not mean.
You're
I'm
not,
mean
but
to
you're
them.
putting
Not
her
every
in
woman, bro.
her
Not all.
place.
Not all.
A lot of when a woman says, I want a man that can handle me, she wants a man that can put her in her fucking place, bro. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up and sit down. Right?
Yeah,
Like a man like that.
I mean,
not the Hector, not the Hectors of the world shape.
Yeah. And real quick, this guy must have known me for a long time.
You know, if he sees this, come on, bro.
No. This guy must know me from way back because, like, maybe 6-7 years ago on my Instagram, on my stories, I used to do this thing where I'd like do a story post and I go, "Hey, how's that dick doing, huh, kid? Seriously, I can smell that thing from here." But that saying caught on. And so all these people would start sending me videos of them saying, "Hey, how's that dick doing?" And it became like this thing. And I was like, oh shit, what have I done to myself? Like, I don't know if this is the best branding, but it was a general question though. It's kind of like, hey, are you getting any puss? You know, but I just say in a funny way. So that's cool that this guy said that because I never say
when
that
you're
ever.
young, get a bunch of puss. So when you get in your 30s and 40s, you can really focus because a lot of people, if you don't get enough puss when you're younger, it just gets bad when you get older, yeah.
I gotta run in a minute, but I just number one, men, remember there's tons of diseases out there. Please wear a condom all day long, a stainless steel one if you could find it. But remember that's not full protection. There's plenty of exposed skin when doing the act. So
you could get good dick insurance too. I gotta through this.
You're sponsored by
before any physical contact. Get full STD testing because there's some really harsh crap going on out there that people are passing along to each other. Other thing is younger men, we got to take care of them. A lot of them are in their early 20s. They don't know what to do. Remember, we need to tell them you have to go during your 20s. You want to make yourself as good as possible. You're not going to find a wife right now, but maybe early 30s you can. But if not, it's always good advice. Don't focus on a romantic relationship. Because a lot of them, there's too many negatives out there for you, but don't feel bad about yourself to not having a girlfriend because it's not your
virgins?
fault.
Should they stay a virgin?
Well, if they can find someone to have sex with that's safe, that's someone you're paying for, of course.
Look, just give them the polygraph and everything you'll need to know.
Well, definitely, if you're about to get serious with someone committed.
No, first date polygraph.
Well, because we have to, if you're going to have kids with someone, we need to get the polygraph done. Because there's no more important job that I'm paying for someone than to raise my children. I have to vet them properly, right? That's what the government does.
Do they make you take a polygraph too or no? Do they make you take a polygraph? Is it a one-way polygraph? Like they take it and you don't take it? Or
no, the high-value men don't have to take a polygraph.
They're the ones with the money.
Because I'm not taking one, yeah. I'm not taking a polygraph. So
it's 100 to 1.
I'm not.
So it might sound funny, but we need to vet the character of these people that are going to be raising the children. Don't we need to do that?
Absolutely,
I agree with you.
Most important job you got to hire for in your life.
Right. So we need to vet them at the highest standard, beyond standards for myself. And so, what if they have something in their moral character or their background where I would be embarrassed that this is the mother of my children? I'm not going to marry her. I'm not going to hire her. Right.
No, I agree with everything you're saying. I think it's
it's important.
It's funny, but it's like it's true though. It's like, hey,
men have to know their value, and high value women do the same thing. So that's part of what I endorse in my practice, along with planning, pre-wedding planning, prenuptial planning. But remember, I leave you tonight: prenuptial polygraphs. Don't be ashamed to ask for it. If someone refuses, move on to the next person.
All right, Chris. Hey,
thanks for letting me sit in, everybody.
Chris, I'm gonna have to definitely come on one of your live streams. Don't be afraid to spam your YouTube link in the chat. I think you got very valuable information. And if I ever have any questions for you, I got you on Instagram as well because I'm gonna be doing some investment stuff coming up. And I I don't mind having 2 different accountants to bounce ideas off of. So I will be in contact with you. You have a great night, brother.
Thank you, guys.
I appreciate
Chris.
you. Later, Chris.
Love you, man.
Yeah, I love him too.
Thanks for the advice, bro. Smart guy.
No, yeah, he's dropping some heat, man.
Yeah,
he really is.
You want someone
We
like
gotta-
that on your network?
No, you definitely, absolutely. He's in your guys' area. He's in Jersey. So
Yeah, but should these kids really not be smashing though? I don't know.
no,
Man.
no.
Like,
Well, I was talking about like when you guys file taxes, you definitely hit him up.
Oh yeah, he's a tax guy. He's a tax guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he knows.
Yeah, he's in your area. He's not in my area. If he was, I'd hire him. I'd be like, sorry, Richard Schwartz, you're out the game.
Yeah,
I gotta move on. Yeah, I like Richard and everything. He's funny. I should have him on. He's actually really funny.
Do you have any incels in your chat that we can help? Can we help any of the incels that people are struggling?
Yeah, I mean, we could if anybody in here is having a hard time with Puss, I guess if they want to hop on the stream and let it all hang out.
Hey, Puss is on the screen now.
Oh, we got my cat.
Look how fast that works.
Oh, wait, you got an all white one. I got an all black
kitty.
cat around somewhere. Wow, that's nice.
He's my little partner in crime, man. Fucking never leaves my side.
I like cats because I could leave the house for a day or two and they're fine.
Yeah, they're chill, man. They're like
the furniture might not be fine.
I would like a dog
they
if I
fuck
had a
shit up.
backyard. If I had a backyard, I would
Cats
like a
fuck
dog.
shit up, man.
I want to get
Yeah,
a
they
gecko, yeah.
I used to have an iguana. I used to let them roam around the house.
Iguanas are fucking cool too.
You had one before?
My boy has. He collects lizards, bro. He's
All
like
right,
weird.
guys. If anybody else wants to come on the stream, we're gonna do about another 10 minutes. If you guys have any questions for me in the chat, or you want to come in, feel free. What
You're
about
talking
you
a lot
guys?
about your YouTube story, huh, Jack? Man, I came in, I heard the YouTube story.
Well, this dude Rob, I'm gonna check out his channel. He was asking me for some tips and stuff, and I just kind of like, I wanted to show him that I was kind of just breaking it down. Like, this has taken me a lot longer than it appears. If you just look at my channel, it's way longer than just, 11 months.
I'm way more skilled than you're even aware.
No. It wasn't about being skilled. It was
I'm
like
the top sensei.
I've been eating shit for a long time at this. It took me a long time, is what I was trying to tell him.
Absolutely.
So, not to get discouraged, but you have to get better at the stuff that you're not good at. Why vape? Let's see. I was smoking half a cigarettes a day for a long time, and then now I'm down to this. I don't.
Yeah,
even smoke
vaping's
weed.
gay. I hate it. I do it, but it's hard to quit.
It's not that I want to
smoke trees, gentlemen.
Okay,
yeah,
it's like
I
this.
wish I just
It's
stuck
like-
to weed, man. Fuck.
All right, check it out. I quit weed. I barely drink. I rarely drink. I quit weed completely. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. And yeah, I'm stuck on the vapes. You know what? It's all good. I'm gonna quit that too. But it's like asking a fat person, like, yo, why do you have to why are you eating all day long? It's like they're fucking addicted. They can't stop. It's like me telling an alcoholic, okay, I bartended a long time. It's like me telling one of my customers, like, hey, dude, and I'm handing him a fucking beer, his 10th one for the night, and being like, hey, this shit's really bad for you. And statistically speaking, you have another 5 years to live. It's just kind of, I'm addicted. You should know the answer to this.
If they didn't make me sneeze, I probably would fuck with them, but I sneeze fucking with them, so I'm like, nah, I'm done.
Nicotine's
I don't fuck with them, but like I have this thing where I'll go 2 full days without it, and then I just crack.
And you think about it, man. Nicotine's crazy.
I'm slowly getting there. Like,
Jack, try the
cig-
nicotine gum. I'm about to get the nicotine gum just to quit vaping. That's how crazy the addiction
I got
is.
carried away with the gum chewing, dude. I was
Yo,
like,
you guys just need a hookah by you at
smacker.
all times. Get you a nice little hookah so you don't feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna vape, if you're gonna be a dude that's like a constant vapor and shit like that, just transition into hookah. Get like a nice little setup, because it's a bitch to set up. But once you get a nice little setup, it's good. You puff on it like maybe once a week or so, you'll be all right.
well,
The vape is just mad chemicals.
when I don't vape in front of like my girlfriend or anybody like that. It's kind of more of a closet vaping. And then when I'm on stream here for nearly 3 hours, I'm like, fuck it, I'll vape here. I don't care. But like, it's a problem. That's it. It's a problem. Like, I'm used to a life of, for a long time, it was like skateboarding, partying, cigarettes, weed, and then slowly those things etch out of your life. And then next thing you know, you're just smoking weed and cigarettes and you're not doing any of the other stuff that like led you to those things. And then eventually I go, okay, how do I lean off of this? How do I get off of this? And finally I'm at this point where I'm down to this fucking stupid thing. And I agree with you guys. It's fucked up. And I'll probably pay the consequences for doing this in the long run.
I remember driving Uber, yo, and this girl I picked up, she had like one that said like Coca-Cola, and I'm like, Coca-Cola flavor, yo?
Yeah, they
Coca-Cola
have all
flavor
flavors, man.
vapes. Like what?
Yeah.
Why?
You don't know what you're inhaling, bro. You have no idea what these Chinese are making.
Yeah.
Weed in the last year of military school, never drank or used tobacco again. All of my drinking and smoking buddies dead for at least 20 years. Yeah, I'm assuming he's a little older. Yeah, honestly, like my grandfather, most of the men in my family, they all lived to like their 90s. And they all smoked. They all did all that shit. But they've all every one of them has almost died many times. So it's not like, you know, it wasn't like peaches and cream. Like, I smoked my whole life. I'm fucking fine. You know, it wasn't that. You know, my dad has no teeth from smoking cigars, but he like smoked like a chimney, like crazy shit.
So you don't fuck with cigars then, huh?
I actually just smoked a cigar with my brother the other day. We went to the gun range. I smoked a cigar with him.
Oh, nice.
But like that's what, once or twice a year I smoke a cigar.
Yeah, you're not gonna smoke it like a pack.
No, absolutely not. No. Sebi, you're on mute. You're gonna have to unmute yourself, brother. But yeah, I mean, what about you guys? Like, like I never really had any addictions besides the cigarettes, and I was addicted to soda, which I'll have a ginger ale here and there, but I was addicted to like Sunkist and Coca-Cola, like 7 cans a day, like addicted.
Sunkist.
Yes, I'm not allowed to have Sunkist.
Bro, you didn't even like Fanta better than Sunkist?
No, Sunkist was my shit. Yeah.
Okay.
But my point is, like, addictions come in weird forms. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, those were my two. So the vape is like me holding on to cigarettes. That's all vaping is for me. Is like some sick addiction in my head where I think having a cigarette's like.
Nah, smoking is chill, bro. We gotta understand like the sensation of smoking.
But the dentist has been taking all my money because of my smoking habit from the past.
Smoking is so bad for your teeth.
I don't smoke cigarettes, but if you work at the restaurant,
so much money, bro. Like I just dropped nearly 6 G's on my teeth, and that's from me knowing better, but I was so hooked on it I couldn't fucking stop.
Cigarettes
and a couple of accident stuff too with the teeth, but mostly cigarettes, dude.
They stained your teeth.
No, like dog, like they fuck your shit up so bad, and other people's last longer than certain people. Not everybody's, some people are stronger than others, but like cigarettes fucked my teeth up so bad. Not yellow, that problem.
Decay, like decaying?
Yes, it fucks your shit up and it starts eating at your actual tooth.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah, like fuck the yellow shit. It makes it so that your tooth could break so much easier. Like my teeth are way more fragile than somebody who hasn't abused soda and cigarettes and all these things. Like that shit eats away at your teeth.
If you saw what crack does to a person's teeth, because we used to pull teeth from like these white crackheads, and
you used to work in the dental field, right?
At the oral surgeon's office, and it was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Danya, the oral surgeon,
bro, he had to literally, like, when he was trying to pull these teeth out, they kept cracking and breaking, like in pieces. You couldn't even take it out in one piece. They were so fragile, they were so weak and brittle. It was absolutely disgusting. The black spots on it, like the holes it created. I don't know what the fuck's in crack when they smoke it, but what it does to your teeth. And they don't know why it does it. Like they still don't know why it does that.
Meth does it too.
Meth does it as well, dude. It's disgusting. He had to be put to sleep. We had to take out every single one of his teeth and give him and he was young. He was really young.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's why basically, I let it all hang out here, man. Like that's just what it is, man. I don't know.
And your teeth are important. Like you need to have nice teeth, or else,
I mean, dude,
women aren't gonna fuck with you. Like, let's be real.
Let me tell you, like I've learned, some of us got to learn the hard way, boys. And I'm one of these people. Okay, That's why I could come on and do these YouTube videos and talk my shit, because most of the time I've already learned my lesson. I'm not perfect. So when I roast, I'm not afraid to roast myself while we're at it. Hey, Sebby, you there, brother?
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
How
What's
are
up,
you,
man?
Sebby?
The Arizona Bandit. What's going on with you, man?
Not much, same old, same old. Hey, I gotta say something. Danya, is that how you say it? Danya?
Danya, like Tanya, like the Don, except with the D.
All right,
Danya.
cool. Yeah, yeah, dude, you look exactly like my cousin from Sacramento, man. You could be
Thank you, man.
you could be a doppelganger, man.
Yeah, I take it that your cousin gets a lot of vagina.
He used to, yeah.
Yeah. I'm teasing you, man, but I
No,
get
no,
that a
no.
lot, bro. Like I look
He
like
did
everybody.
though, but yeah, sad to say he recently he passed away
Oh shit!
about 6 months
Shit.
ago.
How did he
Right.
pass away? If you don't mind
Sorry
me
about
asking.
OD.
Oh shit! I overdosed 3 times, bro. I know how it is, man.
Wait. What were you hooked on?
On that good old
Blue pills.
heroin.
Blue
Wait, you were on
pills.
heroin?
Yeah, from Roxy's. It went from Roxy's because my boys all used to sell it when it became prevalent, and I was
Yeah,
peer pressured
I
to
feel like
using
it's
it.
I feel like it started in Florida because of the pill
Oh,
clinics.
Florida. That's where they were all getting it from. They were
That's what
driving
I
to
mean,
Florida,
like because of the
bringing
pill
it all
clinics.
back. It
Well,
was the
because
pill clinics.
I'm gonna let you finish with your story, but just to paint you some context, I've had to take my basically brother, who I consider a brother, literally trick him to go into rehab for blues. And then my cousin, who is also my best friend, I really wanted him to come on the stream tonight. It was his birthday today, but he was hooked on heroin for 5 years, and he was homeless the whole 9. So
I'm lucky I was never homeless. Man.
to bounce back from that though, because I've seen it firsthand. Luckily, I was smart enough to not do any of that shit. I was too busy smoking cigarettes. I was like, look at these losers. Anyways, keep going. Just because I've dealt with it a lot, because I was like fucking right there taking both of these guys to rehabs at different times. And
yeah,
like,
I've been to rehab. It was a blessing, man, because you learn so much and how fortunate you are, and you meet some great people there that were actually put in fucked up situations, right? You meet some really good people there.
What age were you at when this all happened? Just so we can get some context out of this.
So I overdosed when I was, let's see, the first time, I think I was about 26, 27.
Jesus.
Then I overdosed when I was 28, and then the last time was, I believe, 29 when I ended up.
And how old are you now?
I woke up in the ambulance. I'm 33.
Okay, so
and I was on and off. All it took was one bag, and it had fentanyl in it, and I don't remember anything.
So just within the last like 4 years, you've literally like transformed your life completely.
Yeah, and I was working with an oral surgeon at that time who had fentanyl. Like they had liquid fentanyl in the vials, right? And I would be responsible for disposing it, even though I could have collected all the bottles and made something out of it because there was always little droplets left in there.
Yeah.
And still, I never had an urge. I never wanted to use. When I would see these people being put to sleep, how high they were when they woke up off ketamine and all fentanyl, I was like, damn. I was like, it's
so
it's
the dentist gives you fentanyl.
The oral surgeon, when they take your wisdom teeth out or they perform any type of surgery where you're going under anesthesia, they'll give you a little bit of fentanyl because it's great medically because it takes effect like that. It's so quick, right? It's great medically, but once they brought it to the streets, it became deadly, man.
And that's something like a lot of people don't think. A lot of people don't think of too, because I've seen it firsthand with a lot of people, including my father in my life, where it's like you do it, you could just try this thing once, and it's so potent that it just hooks you. No matter like who you are, it could just fuck you up. And that's why I never did it, because I knew my mom and my dad were both, that's why I don't really drink, because like I know what my family, they're all the same.
It all starts with pills, though. I don't think anyone wakes up and wants to do heroin right away. I think it's a slow transition.
Yeah, it's a
You
gradual,
start taking pills and gradually. So the government, what they did was, it was smart. What the pharmaceutical companies did, it was fucking genius. They created the blues, the Roxasets, the 30 milligrams.
They're like synthetic heroin. For
synthetic heroin, where you could crush it up within 10 seconds and snort it. It tasted great. You feel the effects right away. It's very addictive. You feel like you're in a warm blanket, a euphoric feeling. They knew this, right? They flooded the streets. Everyone got fucking hooked. Then they took it away. Okay. And then what did they flood the streets with after? Heroin. It was like the next cheapest thing to get. besides the Roxy's. So was it planned where they did that? They made billions of dollars. I don't know.
Well, that's another
Get
reason.
hooked.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go. Like, who fucking really knows? But that's why I don't. Like, I kind of quit the weed too, because I already knew myself with like drinking and all that. I was kind of like, I learned my lesson, even though I never really had a problem. It was, I lost, my mom died, and let's just say I drank every day for probably like 3 months, and it wasn't good.
Yeah, I
But,
always relapse when I would drink a lot too, or smoke
Yeah.
a lot of weed. I'll think, no, I got it.
So-
Like I could handle it.
Yeah, but I never had that problem before. It was just like that one period of time in my life where I really abused something like that, where it fucks your mind up completely. Other than that, it was just cigarettes and weed, which anybody who smoked weed, it's like most people are able to function on it. But yeah, a lot of people don't know that shit. I've seen
I lost a lot of friends, man.
Ruin good people for
Yeah.
And it's not something you really even like. I notice with people, it's like they go and try it once, but it just has this like, apparently it's that good to where it could take a perfectly smart individual and just all common sense goes out the window.
Yeah, I lost a fraternity brother to heroin the year we graduated college. You know what I'm saying? He one of my older brothers too, and he was actually the smartest kid I knew. I remember we had an SAT class. I mean, we had an exam together, and he gave me the answers like the week before to the exam. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was this super smart kid. You know,
He didn't even see the questions yet, and he already knew them.
Yeah, he knew the questions. He knew what questions were gonna be on the test, which was like, dude, it was just insanely smart, like nerdy kid or whatever. And same thing. I think he was addicted to blues. We had the blues at the parties and stuff like that. And I think eventually when that dried up, people they switched to heroin. You know what I'm saying? And I remember we did a welfare check on him because no one heard from him. Found out he was dead in his apartment for like 3-4 days.
Yeah, that's usually how the parents find them too, man.
It's crazy.
Sad. In the bathroom and my brother's ex actually died like years ago. She overdosed. Her parents found her, and he was like, it was the hardest time of his life to, when I heard the news, like he was crying. I had to be there for my brother. It was crazy, bro. Like you would have never expected it from this girl ever, but they found her with the needle still in her arm.
Oh, wow.
She'll never get her life back, man. Like ever. Yeah, she had so much potential.
And that's another reason I don't drink and I quit weed is because one, I quit weed because when I see something becoming like, when it starts being pushed, like, and it was something bad, and then all of a sudden now it's something good, and like, the government gets their hands in it and shit, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm good on that, man. I'm good.
You didn't lace in the weed, is what you're saying?
It's not even about that. It just goes to tell me that, okay, they want more and more people to do this. And I also had to say to myself, and no shade, I drink some wine once in a while. I'm out to dinner, nice dinner. Like, I'll drink here and there. I don't get hammered, drunk, or nothing, but I will. I smoked weed last weekend for one of my best friend's events. I was like, fuck it, I'll smoke with you. But other than that, it's like I don't do it all the time because, let me put it this way. I smoked weed and went out at least twice a week. And by going out, I mean like you're going to a bar, you're doing shit, you're mixing and mingling to forget about the world. And that whole time I did that, I didn't accomplish too much. You know what I mean? It was a very great, big distraction. And the moment I quit all that, which was like, I don't know, 2 years ago, maybe, my whole life changed, and my entire life changed. I started working out, put on some muscle. Next thing you know, I go, fuck it. I'm going back to comedy. I'm going to do this YouTube shit. I'm going to make it work. This time I'm not giving up. And it just allowed me to focus on other shit. Like I had this joke with one of my best friends. He goes, man, he's like, you know what? I've always prioritized weed and partying and alcohol. And he goes, but I can't for some reason prioritize my responsibilities. And I was like, well, now what you need to do is, even if you were so broke, you would still have weed and alcohol, right? I was like, you just need to take that energy and put that into actual life. And so it's just, I don't know. I think it's a big distraction for a lot of people. Like that's it. It was a huge one.
It sedates people, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful with it. Like for me, as a creative, it makes me like Bob Marley, and I could like write like 3 Little Birds. But for the average person, You know what I'm saying? It just puts them down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most people, 3 little birds are not at their doorsteps in the morning chirping and shit. They're just not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm not sitting here trying to preach. I'm just saying I wish I would have realized that earlier in my life, because it's kind of true. It's like this is like the last great distraction of my life. So, which isn't even that bad, because that's bad. It's fucking me up, I'm sure.
Yeah, bro. Of course you need, bro.
I'm trying.
Let's be real.
Code it. Yeah, no. Sebi, what's up with you, man? You got any questions? You got anything you want to share? Anything rough going? Any positives in your life? Any negatives? What's going on with you, Big Daddy?
Yeah, well, going along with what Danya said, he said that my cousin, he was found dead in the bathroom in one of his friend's apartment. That's how they found him. But anyway, I like to ask a question. What do you guys think about this this whole emergency thing, whatever emergency signal or whatever that's supposed to happen on October 4th? Did you guys hear anything about that?
About explain that. I didn't hear it.
The whole like it's supposed to be like all cell phones are gonna get like some emergency signal.
Oh, like a test signal.
Yeah, emergency test thing. Did you guys hear anything about that?
So that's on the 4th?
Yeah, Wednesday.
I mean, you know what it probably is they want to, like, they go, hey, we're going to do a test. And then everyone goes, oh, cool. We're used to that now. And then next thing you know, it goes, everybody stay inside and surrender.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Like,
sounds very
it's
dystopian, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be like every radio station, every TV, every smartphone, every computer, if it's on, you're going to get that notification that's going to say, oh, this is an emergency test signal or whatever from the government.
They're prepping for their next their next
move.
Their next,
these election years, man, they use us so bad on election years, man. Remember, we got the lockdown during an election year.
Well, I mean, they've already said that there's going to be another thing, so who knows what the fuck it's going to be? It could be anything they make up, really. I mean, once you start,
I've heard some crazy theories that it's supposed to send some kind of frequency through all the phones or some shit like that could affect certain people in negative ways. It's just a theory. I don't know if it's true.
I think 5G is already affecting people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think 5G because it's so powerful. It's so powerful. I don't think humans are able to handle it. So who knows how much it's affecting us?
Yeah, I mean, your
on a
phone,
vibrational level.
If you go in your phone and your settings and you look at the disclaimer and shit, you're not supposed to keep this within like 10 inches of your body.
Yeah,
you're not supposed to. It says it in your shit. Like, it says
I know,
it right
but then why would they make it to where you have to put it up to your ear to use it? It's like
but that's the funniest part. Is it's like
I use speaker all the time.
I know, but the funny part is like I do this thing where I leave my phone in the car and shit when I go into stores and stuff. Because like, or if I'm at work, I just leave it in a locker, or when I'm home, I just leave it on the table. Sometimes I have to have it in my pocket, but I try not to have it in my pocket. Just because the fact that it literally tells you can literally go look at this on your phone yourself. Like, this is not made up. You know, like you could go look up what the definition of smart means when it comes to phones, TVs, like a smartwatch, a smart TV. If you go look it up, smart doesn't stand for quick-witted. Like the actual definition, it doesn't stand for that. Stands for like surveillance, monitor, tracking, and something else. So all these things, smart doesn't mean this guy's smart. It means surveillance, monitoring, something with an A, recording, tracking. That's what it means.
Yeah,
Holy
definitely.
Shit. You can look this up.
The shit that we got to worry about, though, you want to know the real threat that we got now? And this is what government agencies are doing this. They're getting drones that shoot people, yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
you want to know the future? Huh?
I said they
That's-
got lasers and shit, bro.
Yeah,
We're
that's
fucked.
the shit that you got to worry about. Walking down the street,
Yeah,
a drone
fucked.
flies up about
Yeah.
you, fucking shoots you, and then pulls off. Yeah,
That's why
Yeah.
my theory was this is why they're making men so weak because they don't need us anymore. They literally don't need strong men anymore. They have the drones, they
No,
have
they
the
don't
technology,
they don't want
they have the robots, the AIs. They don't need us anymore. They're like, fuck
Okay,
it. We
if
want
they
them to be weak.
if we have a bunch of strong family structures out here with a
Mhm.
bunch of sober people walking around,
We're a threat.
we're a huge threat. If you got a bunch of sober people who care about each other,
Come
I mean,
together
they're-
like we
they'll
are, right?
no,
fuck
but
you.
look
talking
how
about certain
fractionated
things.
we are, though. We're
Yeah.
all, bro.
I
People
know, I
belong to
know.
like 10 different identity groups.
They
you know what I'm
divide.
saying? Like,
They
no,
want to divide us. They
yeah.
keep
So
dividing us, like blacks hating whites, whites hating blacks, cops hating blacks, like everyone hating cops, gays
Well,
hating
cops-
straight people. They just want to keep dividing us into little segments.
did you
Everyone
see-
hating Jews. Like it's crazy, man.
yo, did
Makes
you
no
see
sense.
that biological man in that MMA fight with that woman?
No,
Bro, he trashed and he said, I'm coming for all you women. I'm like, bro,
what
if
the
this doesn't look
fuck?
abuse,
There's some consequences for that, man. He's
bro,
gonna get
he's
his
getting
ass beat.
rewarded for beating the piss out of chicks. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
sad,
Like,
but where are the feminists? Where are the true
that's
feminists?
what I'm saying. This is
Just
so
stand
shocking
up.
to me.
Because my thing is this: feminists, their only objective is to hate men. Is
This
to
guy said it.
downplay
This guy
men.
said
That's
it
it.
great, man. He said they don't want strong people. They are hard to control.
But I understand that. But wouldn't you want stronger men for an army to fight? But that's what I'm trying to say. They don't need strong men
But it's
anymore.
a population thing. It's a population thing. Like they
here's the
want to say
thing.
overpopulation.
They have the technology now. They
They don't
fucking
want-
need strong men
It's
anymore.
not even being strong is one thing, but being a wise person and not acting for just money, because you got a lot of fucking idiots out here who don't even know they're doing the opposite of what they signed up for. Okay, when it comes to police, it comes to government, certain lawyers, government officials, shit like that. Not all of them are bad. I've come across some good ones in my time who actually do the right thing. But I've also been fucking beat up by the cops. I've also been on the other side of that where they are not protecting me whatsoever.
They don't care about you, man. I learned that the hard way.
So, but that's the thing is now, let's put it this way: if you got a bunch of strong, fit people who are sober, and they know the fucking they have good morals and they know right and wrong, forget it. It's fucked. But they can't have those kind of people in the army. You can't have, no offense to anybody serving the country for us, but and I know a lot of people are in the army, military, stuff like that are good, genuine people, but there's a lot of them. They're going to do exactly what they're told, even if it goes against their morals or they know what's right and wrong. Just like you got good cops out here, and then you got a lot of cops. They don't fucking care. They don't give a shit.
Bro,
They're gonna
YouTube
beat
has
the
a lot
fuck
of
out of you.
channels that just show you cops putting bait.
Oh,
on people.
absolutely.
I'm like, whoa, this like so
Yeah.
many body cam foot. I'm like, you would think the cops would not know not to do it because their body cams are on, but they all
Oh wait,
get
real
caught
quick.
doing it.
YZTC, he's been here since like day one. This guy, he's always leaving gems and comments.
Self-monitoring analysis.
Self-monitoring analysis, reporting technology.
Is that
Okay,
what it really stands for?
I was a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah.
the one that I was a little bit off, but like for instance, I have this clip that I just haven't been able to post into one of my videos yet, but I got it queued up. It's in one of my folders, and it's literally on the news. Fucking full-blown news. It's about like Samsung was about how your smart TV is able to record you. And it says it in their, just like how the
Manual.
phone said. Yeah, and it says it in their manual, and there's a little camera inside the screen of the TV, and it literally says that. So that's the funniest part. So when people go, oh, it's just hocus pocus, it's like, dude, it's fucking right there. They're literally telling us about it. You know, it's like, it's kind of
But then
funny.
the real problem with that, and so even though that's like a scary thing, like, you know, Big Brother's always watching,
Yeah.
the real issue with that, and this is why population control becomes an issue, because there's so much footage on people now. Now the government has so much data on people. It's
Yep.
sifting through it. And the government's this big and the population's this big. You know what I'm saying? So realistically, if you do the right thing, you'll skate under the radar.
Oh,
like
nah,
if you
yeah,
just
I'm not-
if you just chill
I'm not
out
tripping
and like
on that.
I'm not the kind of person like, oh man, this is so bad.
No.
It is bad, but the realistic, it's a really, at the end of the day, is humans trying to analyze data. And the way I look at it, there's algorithms. So if you say a couple of the wrong things and you search like bomb making stuff on YouTube, or you know what I'm saying, on YouTube or on the internet, then the cops are getting notified and they have just easy access to your phone and stuff like that. So if you do some weird stuff, like you watch your search results.
All right, for instance, like I'm not gonna let it ruin my day, and I'm sure all of you guys in here are smart enough to not let this ruin your life. The stuff we talk about here, but like, you know, just certain things that, like, put it this way: if it gets to the point where, you know, we're basically we no longer can literally say whatever we want anymore, which it's basically there. But if it gets to the point where you could literally go to jail simply for saying something, bro, that's the day I go fucking straight up mute. I just won't talk anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather be full blown homeless than have to live in a society where it's like, all right, you dictate everything I could spend. You dictate anything about my life. I'm out. I'm done. I'm gonzo.
Well, that's what they're going to do. They're going to make us eat the bugs. They're going to put a limit on how much meat we can eat. They'll put a limit on how far we can drive. They'll get the carbon tax there so they could start taxing us. That's why they want all of us to have electric cars.
Yeah,
it's more for
that's why they're raising the prices on gas so significantly.
So what's going to happen? You're right.
Afford the gas.
So what's going to happen is by a certain year, if you don't have an electric car, this is what they're going to do. I'm telling you guys right now. They're going to jack up gas prices so high that they'll make you get an electric car. They're like, okay, if you still want to drive a gasoline-powered car, okay, cool, but gas is going to be like $12 a gallon now.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they're going to do.
Prices, Tesla slashed their prices by a lot.
It's going to be an arm, a leg, and money. That's how much it's going to cost.
But I'm saying, but like, while you're saying gas prices are going up, like Tesla's just went on sale. Their Model X, which used to be $100,000, now it's $76,000, and as well as the Model S, which was
but
like
they're
$98,000.
So ugly though, man. They have no character, no personality. It's just one screen when you sit. And how come every beta male I see drives a Tesla? It's never like dudes like us or like, you know, an alpha, a fit alpha with like a hot chick. It's always like some beta male nerd, especially Indians. Like they love driving Teslas. I don't know what it is with them, man.
My man went racial on this.
Hey, look,
no, but go to Edison. I mean, if you go to Shape, if you go to Edison, they all brag about having a Tesla, and it says Patel on the license plate.
No shade to anybody who drives a fucking electric car. I just think it's bullshit, and I don't like it.
It's bullshit. It's fucking asinine, bro.
You know what? I'm kind of hopeful that there's enough people out here that are going to be like, no, you guys are all tripping out. We're not participating in this, craziness. And you know what? Worst case scenario, a fucking jump ship, and we all end up with the homie from earlier, and we all end up in, fucking the Philippines or some island somewhere.
I might end up in the Philippines anyway, man.
You're Thailand.
Or Colombia.
Let's go to Thailand.
All right, we got 5 more minutes. I'm gonna let my boy Matt in here. We're gonna
What up, Matt?
What's up, guys?
I used to work with Matt here. We used to be a couple of waiters.
He's got a cat too. He's got a cat.
Yep. I've known Matt a long time.
You live in Florida, Matt?
Yeah, he does.
My dog thinks that there's someone here because I'm talking to you guys. Hey.
Oh, nice.
Let him in.
Don't let him see the cat.
Yeah. Oh man, his cat looks like mine. Yeah.
He's a little dumb. It's okay. They all are. That's why they're so lovable.
All right, so we're gonna end up on this note. Yanina, what's up, girl? How you doing? Yanina's my conspiracy sister. We chop up conspiracy stuff in the DMs on Insta all the time. She's great.
That's why I joined, bro. It was getting hot. Felt like Joe Rogan.
Yep. But so Matt, we're gonna end on you. Why don't you give a little people insight? What's your age? Where are you from?
Hell yeah. All right, guys. My name's Matt. Jack and I worked together a long time ago now. Gotta be like, guess where I just got finished off a shift at
12. Oh yeah. You want to tell the story? Do you want to tell the story?
Yeah, it was at Jumbie.
Do you want to tell a story about that guy though? That offed himself? Were you there that day?
At Oh yeah.
So we worked at this restaurant where this lady took this dude's restaurant, very successful restaurant, took it into divorce. So she marries this younger cat, big guy, big fucking guy, like 6'6", huge. And she let him be like the line cook, right? Hey, thanks for the $5, Jackson. And so This dude's behind the line. We're busy as fuck, right? Dinner rush, like crazy busy. And we used to do handwritten tickets. That's how ghetto this was. They didn't even have a computer. So we'd have to handwrite shit, go put it in the line. And this is a party place, so we're rocking. And so this guy's got.
It was busy last night, bro.
Yeah, this guy's got a handle of Tito's right behind the line, open kitchen style, so people could see him, and he's just tanking out of a Tito's bottle, right? And they got a kid together. They got a kid together, mind you.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden,
like
this
6 foot tall now. He's crazy.
yeah. So this dude fucking bounces and he leaves. We get a call like 20 minutes later. He went home and literally offed himself, just like that.
They call alcohol spirits. That's why they call alcohol spirits.
They
bro.
enter your body. Yeah.
And it's true, man. I'm telling you, some people get manipulated and pushed to do things,
you know,
when they become that drunk.
It was probably a lot of things going on.
So Matt, why don't you go ahead and what are you up to these days? How's life for you?
Good, man.
What are you doing for work? All that stuff.
I just got finished. I picked up a few serving shifts at the old place, and
wait, you're back at Jumbie?
Yeah.
Well, I was bartending. I bartended there for like 3 years straight, dude. That bartending money there is
fire.
Dude, I'm talking.
There
like
was Taking Back Sunday.
Stripper money. That's
that
the kind
band.
of
What's it? Taking Back Sunday. They were played on Saturday.
The actual band
last night.
Taking
Yeah,
Back
they
Sunday?
played last night.
Oh, they were probably busy as shit.
Well, it rained, so everyone
everybody
left
came to Jumbie.
and came to Jumbie, dude. I had 33 tables last night,
man. 33, dude. You must have made like $4 bills,
bro. There's a bunch. There's always teenage girls working there, bro.
Always.
At like 9 o'clock, they all gave up. Like, will you take this table? Will you take this table?
Absolutely. I'll make
some.
I
didn't want to, but I did, and good thing I did.
That's why women are.
What was your biggest tip day for guys that served before? Because I served for like 18 years. What's your largest tip day?
Dude, I bartended for years also, and bartending definitely is the way to hustle up that money. I mean, I've walked out with $800 in the night before.
Yeah, my biggest night was $1,360.
That's
from Jumbie Bay. Jumbie Bay.
My biggest night was like nearly 1,700.
No, that was a 10-hour shift.
You guys are all killing my record.
Yeah, bro, I got like a $1,200 tip before on one table.
Oh, you must have been
good. That's really good.
Today was I picked up for a server that called in sick, and I just stayed the night, and I had 3 tables, and the first table the tab was $260, and the dude was drunk. And they wanted to split it, but the guy's like, no, I got it. And I should have let him split it because they left $20 cash on $260.
Oh, that's
so I was already down on that one.
They're not all going to be home runs, you know?
Well, then I get 3 dudes that are probably like 23, 24. And they all order a drink. And then they all got a good dish. They each got a full dinner. And I knew it, bro. They all got their separate checks, and they were just at that age where like they've never been out to dinner without their parents. Like they don't know.
Yeah, Jumbie be doing that shit, letting
all day. Sometimes I feel like I get that table, and then I'm gonna have a solid shift. Like I got 2 girls the other day. They were like, they had to be 13. They said to me, "We only have $15," and I was like,
all right, you know what? We're getting a little off track. We've hit 3 hours here. Uncle Jack's got to call it. Let's wrap up with something special. I already asked you boys what your goals were last week. I'm going to go ahead and anybody in the chat, you go ahead and, just vent out what you want to accomplish in the next year. Matt, what's your goal for the next year of your life? What's the number one thing that you want to accomplish? Just go ahead and get it out there. Because
one thing I need to accomplish. I got to make some good money this year and get a house.
That
would be nice.
Okay. Gotcha. That's simple.
House. Yeah.
And everybody in the chat, I really appreciate all of you guys being here tonight. All the support. We hit 10K. I'm super stoked on it.
Congrats, bro. Hell yeah.
And we got a nice tight niche community. You guys can go check out Shape's Got the Models YouTube channel and Czar Danya.
Czar Danya.
Danya himself. Danya the Don, the Jersey Don. Their channels are really cool. They're up and coming. Go give them some love. Check out their stuff. They got some good shit. Matt, you came in at the tail end here, brother. We do this every Sunday night, starting at 6 p.m. So feel free. Anybody next time? Sebi, you still there, brother?
Yeah, I'm still here, man. Yeah, it was fun being back on, and I'll be
What about
visiting.
real quick? I want to get you. What's one thing you get to pick one? What do you want to accomplish? What does Sebi want with? It could be anything. What do you want to accomplish in the next year?
Get my 6-pack back again.
There you go. It's the little things
Good
in
goal,
life, babe.
man.
And in the chat, go ahead and vent what you want in the next year. Sometimes we don't get to talk about this with people. So my goal is to be full-time comedian / video dude. So that's my goal. Anyways, guys, solid stuff. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. And
All right, fellas. Peace out.
Good talk.
Later,
Yeah,
bro.
you can see you guys next Sunday, man.
Yeah,